jumping at the chance to stop Elgin's vaunted run game as they storm the field at Charger Stadium carrying a 6-game win streak to start the season. And the offense wasted no time establishing a passing attack as Blake Adams connected with Chandler Shepard for 21 yards on 3rd and 9. And then again on the screen pass that Shepard took 21 more yards to the house to give the Hull an early 7-0 lead, tying Adams for first all-time in Charger passing touchdowns. The defense was amped too as Garrett McGinnis disrupted this run and Jade McDaniel finished off the Owls runner for a loss. 2 plays later, McDaniel locked in and lowered the boom on Elgin's quarterback to pop the ball out, and Grayson Wilson captured the loose ball to give the Hull's offense great field position. Adams went right to work looking off the defense and finding a wide open Connor Carey for a 36-yard strike, a 14-0 Charger lead, and sole ownership of the school's passing touchdowns record. The defense continued its domination as Billy Ross jarred the ball loose with this big hit and Connor Keith came up with the pigskin. The Charger offense brought out its fireworks on this hook and ladder play from Adams to Shepard to Ross, who sprinted untouched to a 50-yard score and a 21-0 second quarter lead. Ross wasn't done torching the Owls defense as he exploited a hole created by Jack Griffin, Trey Marion, and Seth Meacham and showed off his state championship sprinting speed en route to his longest touchdown of the season, a 68-yard dash. After an Owls 3-and-out, Chandler Shepard got behind the Elgin defense and the ChargerVision cameras, and Adams found him in the end zone for 6 more points. With the ball back minutes later, Connor Carey kept his concentration to haul in this Adams laser near the goal line, but the Owls defense dug in and held on 4 downs. With under a minute to play before half, Adams did his best Houdini impression, escaping the pocket in dramatic fashion to find Shepard on the sidelines and keep the drive alive. 2 plays later, Adams was flushed out of the pocket and off the viewer's screen before finding Shepard on the duo's 3rd touchdown pass of the night to give the Chargers a 41-0 halftime lead. In an uneventful 3rd quarter, Philip Smitherman provided a thrill as he snagged an impressive one-hand interception to squash the Owls' momentum and fire up the Hull sideline. Ross would cap off the scoring with his 34-yard pinball and sprint that gave him 171 yards to go with 3 touchdowns on the night. As time ticked away in the 4th quarter, Elgin threatened to spoil the shutout, but Robert Embro and the Charger defense dug in to eat the Owls on 0. With the 48-0 rout of Elgin, the Hull moved to 7-0 on the season and 4-0 in district with the road contest against the prolific Newcastle Racers on deck.
Welcome to Newcastle, where your Heritage Hall Chargers are going to be taking on the Newcastle Racers. We're at Racer Stadium. I am Mark Carlin here with Rick Stevenson, and we are expecting a high-powered game tonight. Rick, tell us what you know about the Racers.
Well, we know they have University of Texas commit at quarterback, Casey Thompson, the son of Charles Thompson, former OU quarterback, and he's been putting up huge numbers this year. And that's what they like to do. They pass.
Yep, their offensive stats are off the charts. He's got 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And they also have a great wide receiver transfer as well. And he's got 14 of those touchdowns, Jacob Morris.
That's right. They both came from Southmore. And I think they had a coaching change, and I'm not sure if the coach came. Yeah, he's his first season, so I think that's him, Jim Brickman. Yeah, head coach at Southmore before.
The Racers are 2-5 this year. Probably not as good as they were hoping. Their offense is outstanding. Their defense could use a little work.
That's right.
And then your Heritage Hall Chargers 7-0, 4-0 in district, having an outstanding season.
That's right. If you look at the scoring averages, they do average almost 36 points a game, but they're giving up almost 45 points a game.
We hope they give up that much tonight to our Chargers.
That's right. And then some.
Yep. We've got some of the keys to the game we want to go over with you guys. It's going to be one that Coach Boger has talked about. Just stay disciplined with the pass. as far as not letting their offense get going, and we need to kind of do what we do.
That's right, and we can't rush too hard at the quarterback because we talked about his passing stats, but he also has 666 yards.
Not afraid to run it.
No, for almost 6 yard per carry average with 7 touchdowns.
Yep, and that goes with that as far as sustained coverage as long as possible. That's going to be staying with the receivers because, like you said, he's a great scrambler and he can extend the play, and the receivers can end up breaking loose for a big play.
Exactly. And then the final one, they would like to onside kick. From what we understand, it's just about every time they onside kick, and then they'll go for it on 4th down. Wherever they are on the field, they're not afraid to go for it.
Very offensive-minded team, and they want to do anything they can to keep the chains moving and get points on the board. And our task is to slow that down.
Everyone. We appreciate you
That's
being
right.
here tonight's game.
We are up high on top of the press box, so if you hear the wind, we apologize, but we will do the best that we can to hold on to our stuff and and talk loudly so you can hear us.
And I think we're starting the national anthem, so we may take a moment.
We will pause for the national anthem. Welcome back. We are at Racer Stadium. That was the Star Spangled Banner
by the Racer Band.
And tonight we are going to talk a little bit about our Fuzzies featured player, and that's going to be Jaden McDaniel. And so tell us what you know about him, Rick.
Well, Jaden is a junior. As you can see, 6'2", 185. He's really grown. He's missed half the season this year with a back injury, but he's a very passionate player. You know, the coaches say he takes pride in how hard he plays, and you know he'll bring the physicality to you. We've always said on special teams since his freshman year, he's always around the ball.
He's a wedge buster.
Yeah, exactly. So relentless energy, which is what you need, and he also plays fullback. So he's going to play defensive end and fullback for us tonight. And he also, we talked about, so he makes plays on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, as well as special teams. And he plays with a huge chip on his shoulder. Could be because he's filling in some big shoes of his big brother.
Yep, Tevin McDaniel, great player at Heritage Hall, and Jaden has turned into an excellent player himself. So he is our player of the game. We expect big things from him on offense and defense. He's a great blocker at fullback, and then, like you said, I think he's going to be tasked with running down Casey Thompson a lot tonight.
That's right. With his speed, he's going to have to. That's one of those we talked about in the keys to the game. Not come up the field too hard on pass rushes. Got to contain.
Yep. We'll go to a quick commercial, and then we'll come back and give you a little bit more evaluation, and then we'll get this game kicked off.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
Hello, I'm Todd Bondi, operating partner at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City, your premier luxury dealership.
Being a leader can present challenges, unless, of course, you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. Set standards and lease a new Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan for $359 a month, or a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV for $449 a month.
Leasing the Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted has never been easier. Allow your next incredible journey to begin at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City.
Welcome back to Racer Stadium in Newcastle, Oklahoma. Your Heritage Hall Chargers taking on the Newcastle Racers tonight. And Mark Carlin here with Rick Stevenson. We are expecting a high-scoring game, so everybody put their seatbelt on and get ready.
Oh, it looks like we have an injury. Preston Taylor is not playing tonight. I didn't notice him in the injury report, but
I think he may have took a shot to the head last week, so he's I think under the protocol, so to speak.
Gotcha.
But we other captains, we got Blake Adams and Morgan Dinwiddie, and is that Garrett McGinnis out there with him?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yep, very good. All excellent players for the Chargers. Sorry Preston's not able to suit out tonight. He's had a great year for the Chargers.
Both on both sides of the ball.
Yep, got some interceptions and some touchdowns. Interceptions on defense and some touchdowns on offense.
Well, he also had at least one pick six, and I think came close to a second.
Yeah.
Well, he may have had a second. I forget.
He has had a great year so far. And then Blake Adams, he is 111 and 177. That's 63%. He's got 1,351 yards, 16 TDs, and 5 interceptions on the year. And I know Coach has been very pleased with the way he's played. Obviously, he's usually a little more careful with the ball as far as the interceptions, but that's still a great ratio. He's having a great year.
Yeah, and he became the school's all-time leading touchdown thrower, I guess you would say, passer.
Right.
Last week, passing Graham Colton, which is quite a feat.
Yep, and Coach Bogert on that list passed him a few games ago, and now having a great year. That's 3 years in a row. He's been starting as the QB and has just been excellent. He does a great job back there.
He really does. Looks like the Racers have won the toss, so I assume the Chargers will receive going from the north to the south, which means they're going against the wind to begin the game.
Yeah, it looks like you're exactly right, sir. We'll be receiving going into the wind. We've got Billy Ross Jr., who's going to be usually in the backfield. I know they're going to mix it up a little bit tonight. And then we have Morgan Dinwiddie also back there, both having great years. Different styles of runners, but both great runners in different ways.
They are, and Morgan's not the biggest guy, but he runs hard. He can get some of those short yards when you need it.
He goes north and south. You're exactly right. Physical, even though small of stature.
That's right. Where Billy Ross is averaging 10 yards a carry, he can bust it at any time. Because once he gets out in the open, we've mentioned it before, he is the 100-meter champion.
He's fast. There's no doubt about it. And then Chandler Shepard having a great year as a wide receiver. He's got 7 touchdowns.
6 in the last 2 weeks.
He's on fire.
He is.
Connor Carey having a good year. Billy Ross Jr. catching some. And then Preston Taylor, we talked about those 2 touchdowns. Not suiting up tonight, I'm sorry to say. And then Carson Orton having a good year as well. So that's kind of the Chargers offense. I think we're going to be calling their name a lot. As we're expecting a high-scoring game from both sides. We know the Newcastle has got an excellent offense, and we know the Chargers has a good offense. But based on what I know about the Racers' defense, I think the Chargers are going to flourish on the offensive side tonight.
That's right. Chargers are coming out on the field, led by the cheerleaders. And the Newcastle Racers have an actual little race car that they race out with.
They're trying not to run over the cheerleaders, which I'm happy they did not. Now, your Chargers are excited about tonight's game. We were the, game of the week on Fox 12, and so they were at the school this morning, so the boys got to get on camera. Oh, excuse me, Fox 25. And so, the cheerleaders and the football players all got to get on camera this morning, so they were pumped up about that.
That's right, and they showed both schools. They both showed Heritage Hall as well as Newcastle. And the little blips that I did see, I believe old Casey Thompson was talking about 7 touchdowns and 500 yards, a little bulletin board material.
He's very confident, which you have to be. But I hope the Chargers can slow him down tonight. But they're the Texas Tech of the Oklahoma high school football, where he may score 40 points, but they may lose by 15.
That's right.
So we'll just have to see how that shakes out.
Well, I hope they score 15 and lose by 40.
Very nice. So, Newcastle Racers, 2-5, as we mentioned. They have lost to Noble, Tuttle, Blanchard, Weatherford, and Elgin. and then have one at Clinton and Chickasha. But they score a lot of points whether they win or lose. So our defense is definitely going to have to step it up and try to slow them down.
Yeah, if Elgin is a common opponent that we want to compare things to, Elgin defeated Newcastle by a score of 75-56, whereas that was 2 weeks ago. Heritage Hall last week defeated Elgin 48-0.
Right. So I think both of those are probably a little bit of an anomaly, meaning Elgin had a great night against the Racers, and then the Chargers just played excellent in shutting them out last week, which I think was unusual. Elgin is a better team than that.
But then the Racers came back and defeated Clinton last week, which
we struggled with Clinton.
Exactly. So we had to have a comeback to win, and Clinton made a comeback to almost win. So they were ahead of them the whole time.
Well, we have Billy Ross Jr. deep, but he is not very deep, as we are expecting the onside kick, as you mentioned, that the Racers certainly like to do. So we'll see if they kick it deep and try to give us some trouble, or they go with the usual routine of the onside kick.
I'm not seeing I guess that's an 83 right there, but I'm not seeing an 83 on their roster. Oh, there he is, Zach Crook. Oh, no, they actually
do kick it deep. Billy Ross Jr. trying to run it down with the wind. It goes right in the end zone, which is good news for the Chargers, because that's a good strategy. If that takes an ugly hop, the Chargers are in trouble back there.
That's right. It's one of the few deep kicks that you'll see Newcastle kick.
Well, they're trying to catch us off guard, as we were definitely in safe mode, but not successful. But they are trying to pin us deep. So we'll come out with Blake Adams in the backfield. We'll see where everybody lines up. As we mentioned, Billy Ross Jr. usually back there, but I think tonight we see a little bit more of Morgan Dinwiddie and spreading some people out. Billy Ross Jr. looking to get to the outside right now, lining up in a wide receiver position.
Yeah, Carson Orton out wide.
We got Morgan in the backfield. We'll see what the Chargers want to do here on testing the defense of the Racers. It's a quick pass to Billy Ross Jr., but he falls right through his hands, and he's unable to corral that.
I think Billy saw some space and tried to take off running before the ball was in his hands.
Catch and then run.
That's right.
All right, so that brings up 2nd and 10. As it's a windy night, it's going to be hard to throw some tonight, just because it's very windy. Carson Orton gets it, catches it, running ahead, gets the first down and more. He's that tackle right about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, 15-yard gain for the Chargers.
That's just good blocking, but Carson Orton is a hard man to tackle.
It is.
We've got him at 6'2", 225, but he seems bigger than that to me.
From up here, when they're on the far side of the field, it's kind of hard to see some of the numbers on the Newcastle jerseys. You can see it better on the screen.
1st and 10, Billy Ross Jr. is in motion. They hand it off to Morgan Dinwiddie, looking for an opening, gets a block. Now he's got to cut it upfield, but there's just not much there. Maybe a yard.
I think he hesitated a little too long right at the start. It looked like he had some gaps, but they did a good job of pursuing.
Met in there by number 17, Solomon Granger.
Yep, looks like number 17, Solomon Granger with the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 9. They do give him a yard on that, but there wasn't much more there. Quick throw to Billy Ross Jr. We'll see if we can get this. He goes upfield. He is in a hurry, and he's so fast. He's 40, 30, 20. You are exactly right, Rick Stevenson. He's gone. Touchdown at Heritage Hall on a nice, there's a flag on the field. We'll see about a block. That's a 65-yard touchdown that looks like it may be called back from a holding call. We'll see what they say.
Yeah, they're all coming back.
Indication is holding.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find that play is there, and they want to run it a lot, but we got to block that a little bit better.
Yeah, I didn't see where the hold was.
I was watching a flash of light, which was Billy Ross Jr. running to the end zone.
As was I.
Now, that was all well done, but apparently Heritage Hall is getting a little handsy. So, that's called back. It's going to be bringing it back for another 2nd down play.
Yeah, the yard marker has 3rd down, but it's definitely a 2nd down.
So 2nd about 14, it looks like, after the hold.
10-yard penalty for the point of the foul.
There you go. He changed it.
Just inside the 30-yard line. Remains.
But yeah, I think you're right. We're going to see that play maybe a few times.
Well, that's exactly why they wanted Billy Ross Jr., I think, lined in the wide receiver tonight. This time it is a Blake Adams with a keeper, and he's going to see if he can go the distance. You got to Great run down to the 45-yard line. That's a great first down. I think everybody went for the fake. We do have a Charger down. We'll see if he can get up. Is that Seth Meacham? Who is that? No, Trey Marion.
Yeah.
He was getting up very gingerly.
Looks like he's holding his arm or his shoulder, one or the other. You can always tell when they run off without that arm bending. Yeah, it's usually a shoulder.
And then his teammate, nice enough to pat him on the shoulder. Just, hey, you got it, buddy. He's not coming out, so he's Trey Marion's very tough, staying in the game. But
Trey's been really good this year, and he's been collecting the offers. But yeah, he's hanging that right arm.
So first down from the 45-yard line. Blake Adams looking to throw. This time does throw it wide open. Zane Wade, 80 wonderful, as we like to say.
Yeah, Trey didn't even lift that right arm on that play. Unfortunately, he tried just blocking with his left arm. I mean, that takes guts to stay out there when you're in that much pain.
It does. That's a 45-yard touchdown pass from Blake Adams to
Zane
Wade. Well done. There was not a defender anywhere near him, as I think they were looking in the backfield.
That's right. Well, 2 touchdowns scored on that drive. But that is our Joe Cooper Ford opening, their drive of the game. Opening drive.
There it is. 7 points on the board. I think stay tuned because we're going to be going a lot of offense tonight on both sides. Got an issue with the extra point. There you go. So, looks like we're about to attempt to kick this. It's Garrett McGinnis lined up there. There was a penalty, but they declined it.
Yes, I got it.
See if we can get this lined up and get that extra point.
Yes, I have it.
Oh, I think he missed it.
He did miss it. It's a windy night.
No good.
So your Heritage Hall Chargers lead 6-0 after the missed extra point. But a nice 45-yard pass.
Yeah, we showed
Adams to Zane Wade.
And we showed a little bit of everything. We had success running the ball. We had success throwing the ball. So, you know, they didn't learn much off that drive, the Newcastle defense, that is.
Well, the Chargers have great play calling. We've talked about that before.
Yes.
I mean, they like to mix it up, and they keep defenses on their heels. And because this defense that's not what they're known for here in Newcastle, I think we're definitely going to keep them on their heels.
That's right. And we'll get, it'll be interesting here, too, kicking the ball against this stiff wind we have out here.
We may want to onside it.
No kidding.
I think Casey Thompson is going to be coming in at quarterback, and then
he's also back on both Casey Thompson and their stud receiver Jacob Morris are both the return guys in the back here.
They're full service. Those guys are both very fast. I think they are way too deep based on the wind. It is very breezy out tonight. Wind coming out of the south at about 20 to 25 miles an hour.
And it looks like we have Garrett McGinnis kicking off. Sometimes earlier we would see Carson Orton. Sorry, Ryan's his dad. Carson out here because he's got a big leg and he can boot it in the end zone.
That's going to be a tough task kicking into the wind tonight.
Interesting. They're going a little bit off center.
I think, they're good. The Chargers are good on special teams as far as sometimes they'll pooch kick it, sometimes they'll onside it. They're certainly not afraid of that. I haven't seen them do that much this year as they have in the past, but, man, tonight might be the night based on the stiff breeze. We'll see what
we got 5 on each side of the ball, so I don't think it's going to be an onside attempt. Now they got 6.
Can't keep the ball on the tee.
Yeah, may have to have a holder.
So we are not much into this game. Heritage Hall scores, brought back by a penalty, so they turn around and score again.
That's right.
And we are in missed extra points. We're at 6-0 early in this ball game.
And for our viewers, if you're expecting a quick game tonight with all the passing, I don't think it's going to happen.
Stay up late. It is kind of a pooch kick. It's headed towards Casey Thompson. He catches it and it's hit hard right at the 20-yard line.
Feature player right there.
Jaden McDaniel on special teams. We're going to call his name all night. That is superb. Casey Thompson does not get a chance to get ahead of steam. It's a kind of a high kick. He's got to run up to it. As soon as he catches it, Jaden McDaniel drops him. All right, so the Racers offense coming out here, they, like we said, they are very potent. We'll see if we can keep up with them.
That's right. They got, I was going to say trips, but now they're bringing Jacob Morris back to the left side.
It looks like they got 2 guys trying to stay with him. See if they can slow him down. Casey Thompson looking the other way. It's a quick throw, but dropped.
First pass, that's what we did as well. You could see the arm on him, though. That thing was zipped right over.
He's got a very strong arm. The intended receiver, 12, Jackson Missy.
Unlike his brother, Casey's a right-hander.
Old lefty Kendall.
Yeah, his brother Kendall, who
played at OU for a couple years and then Utah a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about it. He's a Texas signee. I know they're looking for a little help. Oh, that's a handoff right up the middle, and there's no Charger there.
No.
We talked about how they don't want to run that much, but that was very successful. That's number 6, Thomas Donahue, with a big opening up the middle.
Philip Smitherman was playing safety, and I think he was more concentrated on covering Morris. Didn't see the ball being handed off.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a good call. As we talked about, they pass it about 80% of the time, run it about 20%, and that run's going to catch us off guard.
But that was a good job recovering and making the tackle.
So ball down at the 46-yard line after the big gain on the run by Donahue.
Yeah, it looks like we're putting Billy Ross, covering him quite a bit.
Oh, that is out of the backfield. They're trying to get the ball to Donahue, and he was wide open but unable to connect on the pass. But that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, we saw that in Dallas last weekend. That was
somebody cover the guy in the backfield running wide open.
That's right.
No, that so far that's a good scheme. I mean, they're keeping us on our toes.
Colton Denny came in for Carson Orton. Colton at the nose guard position.
2nd and 10, Casey Thompson, the shotgun by himself, but like you said, not afraid to run it, but more known for his arm.
Oh,
he is going to run it, and the Chargers trying to corral him, but he gets to the outside. He's got down about 8 yards. It looks like before he was running out of bounds.
You could see his quickness there too. I mean, we were right there. We brought 3 guys at least, and he did a good job breaking away.
Yeah, very athletic. Like I said, more known for his arm, but he can run it as we just saw there. That should have been a 4-yard loss.
That's right.
So ends up getting about 5 yards on the carry. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get a play called in. Play clock's down to 8 seconds. We'll see what they can get moving here. Hopefully they
Casey
get it delayed.
Thompson once again in the backfield by himself. They do get it off just barely. It's a quick throw. Intercepted by Blake Adams. He's got a lot of room in front of him. One guy to beat. Runs out of bounds right about the 33-yard line. But a great interception by Blake Adams.
Smart play to go out of bounds. He's one guy that we don't need to get hurt playing on the defensive side of the ball.
I concur, sir. Every time he takes a hit, I get a little nervous because we're a little thin on quarterback behind him.
That's right.
Will Dunn out with a knee injury this year. Ford Stevenson also can't throw. Got a broken, pinky?
Right, that bone right above the pinky.
So Chandler Shepard, I know, could
think if you wanted to turn your light off.
No, I'm going to need it with my bad eyesight. It's timeout for your Chargers. It'll give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors early in this game, but
and that play right there by Blake Adams, speaking of our sponsors, could qualify for the Stanley Stopper play of the game, but we may hold on since we're just more. Right. But we do want to thank the Stanley Graduation Services. They are a new sponsor this year, and trying to find where there we are. Yeah, they offer Justin's products and conveniently located in Edmond. For all your high school grad needs, class rings, letter jackets, announcements, and championship rings. Celebrating moments that matter. Stanley's Graduation Services.
We certainly want to thank Quail Creek Bank for supporting us again this year. It's your connection to better banking. Quail Creek Bank, www.quailcreek.bank. member FDIC.
That's right. And a quick one before we resume. We want to thank our newest sponsor, Venue 104. They take amazing care of our students every day at lunch and serve the state's best game day gourmet concessions. You won't find them here in Newcastle, but the next 2 weeks they will be at Pop Murray Memorial Field, home of the Chargers.
All right, so Heritage Hall takes over on offense after the interception by Blake Adams. 1st and 10 for the 34 as Blake wisely goes out of bounds. I thought he, frankly, was going to go the distance, but he did have a guy in front of him, and it's a good decision. All right, this time Billy Ross Jr. trying to break free. Gets about 5 yards, tackled about the 30-yard line.
Take that every time. Looks like they're probably giving him 4. Right to the 30-yard line.
Taking the tackle number 54.
Billy Ross is so fast, and I think we are going to see a lot of him tonight. Like I said, they're going to try to figure out ways to get him the ball, whether it's at wide receiver or whether it's in the backfield.
They'll get him into space.
I like watching him in space. So, 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Billy Ross Jr. is in the backfield.
Looks like they're creeping up on us a little bit, not giving it quite as much space on the corners.
Got a man in motion.
Connor Carey.
And he's wide open. They give it to him. Can he break free? He's on the outside. He's got the first down.
Yep.
Tackled right at the first down marker. Actually, that was pretty good defense because he was wide open, and they ended up closing in a hurry.
Seems like I can't tell if they're giving him enough for a first or not. It's right at the marker. We may see a measurement. I mean, I think he...
Down mark,
it's very, they're saying 3rd down. I don't know.
3rd down,
I mean, granted, I looked through blue and gold glasses, but I thought he landed past the 24-yard line.
We're not at a great angle, but I'm with you. I thought he had enough for the first down. You know, measuring the ball is a lost art. Everyone's too lazy to do it. So 3rd and 1 for your Heritage Hall Chargers. We'll see if we can pick up the first down, keep the chains moving. It's a quick handoff. Billy Ross Jr.
Easily gets it.
Does get it and trying to find an opening, but only gets about a yard and a half, but that's all he needed to get that first down.
And I think that was Trey Marion. He must be feeling better because someone was just laying on his back and Trey was staring in his eyes.
Pancaked him?
Yes.
Maybe they just popped that shoulder right back in.
Maybe
Send it back in. All right, so that's 1st and 10 now from the 22-yard line. Heritage Hall's looking to add to their 6-0 lead.
1st and 10,
With Carson Orton lined up. We've got Billy Ross Jr. to the outside.
Oh, yeah, a little wildcat. Billy Ross takes it.
Oh, he is in. Billy Ross Jr. is in. He was in the backfield. I thought he was split out wide, but that was number 9 out there that went wide.
Yeah, 22-yard run for Billy Ross Jr.
That just, it looks too easy.
That it does. It looks like Chargers are going to, I think, line up for an extra one. Maybe they're going for 2.
Right, trying to get that even score.
Yeah, I think they are. It is a tough wind.
It's hard, it is, and they're kicking right into it. It's out of the south, blowing hard. Blake Adams looking to throw. Throws it to Billy Ross Jr. out of the backfield. Get the 2-point conversion. That's going to make it 14-0. Your Heritage Hall Chargers leading.
Right. Might as well reward the guy that got you there, giving him another 2 points. You know, Mark, I mean, so far, Chargers offense is clicking. Just, you know, what the coaches had planned.
Yep, I mean, they look very good so far. They know that there's going to be points out there for them, and they are so far being very smart about going to get them. I mean, one penalty that brought one back, but that only slowed us down for about 30 seconds, and then we got the touchdown right after that, and then just got the short field after the interception and punched it right in. It's an excellent job by the offense.
That's right. So we're going to see another dose of Casey Thompson here, see what he can do. You know, he has, I mean, we talked about what his offensive stats are, and he hasn't had many interceptions at all. You know, he came into this game with 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, so
make it 7.
Yeah, he now has 7.
Now, Blake Adams is great at that, reading quarterback's eyes as he plays quarterbacks himself, but just in there waiting and waiting in the weeds, and he comes out there, snatches it. It was a good interception.
All right, we'll see how the special teams do here. You know, Jaden McDaniel had a great tackle on the last kickoff.
I want to see that again.
And you can tell they've moved up this time. Last time they were, guys in the back were about at the 10. Now they're lined up at the 20.
Our special teams are very good about making them think. Like you said, bringing them in, they'll keep pooching, and they'll finally kick one deep. They just try to keep it off, keep everybody off balance. This time it's another high kick. Looks like it's right to Thompson, who catches it about the 25. Where's Jaden?
Yeah, he ran away.
Oh, that's a nice run. He was brought down by Chandler Shepard. That's a nice tackle because he was about to break into the open field.
Yeah, because I think we had 8 guys on the left side of the field, and so that was a good tackle by Chandler Shepard.
So brought down about the 38.5-yard line is where the Racers will start, with Thompson trying to redeem himself after the interception on the last series.
It's like playing 2 safeties back, 3 linemen, 3 linebackers.
So this time they hand it off right at the middle. There is a flag on the play, but that's Donahue again on the run. Only gets about 3 or 4, but we'll see what the penalty is.
That's right. It was Grayson Wilson on the tackle there.
Holding against the offense.
Holding against the Racers is going to bring that back.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Glad they held.
Well, as you know, we're trying to stop their bread and butter, which is the passing game, but that certainly opens up some running lanes.
Right. We have 6 guys up, which means we're playing 5 in the backfield. A lot of times running teams, you'll stick 8 in the box up there. We only have 6.
Well, linebackers could be busy if they're going to try to run it on us.
That's right.
So 1st and 19 now for the Racers. They've got 3 wide receivers on one side, 1 on the open side. Man in motion, that's Morris, trying to find an opening with he's got no catches tonight so far. Hopefully we can keep him.
Yeah, we really don't have anyone on the inside receiver.
Thompson, he's under pressure. He's a big guy. Jaden McDaniel trying to bring him down, and finally does. Man, that was a great effort by Thompson to stay on his feet, but Jaden McDaniel will have none of it.
Yeah, he had a little, Jaden had a little extra movement down there, and I think they're telling him enough of that. He kind of crawled over Thompson to get up, and they're not going to.
We don't need a 15-yarder. Yeah, we don't need a penalty for something like that for sure.
That was a huge loss they just took there.
Well, Casey Thompson, as we talked about at the beginning, he can keep his feet and keep the play alive and get away from stuff like that. But Jaden McDaniel just kept pursuing.
22-yard loss. No, they had a penalty before that.
I'm sorry, 1st and 19, yeah.
So 13-yard penalty there.
2nd and 32, that's where we want them. But now we got to keep them back there. So a lot of movement. The Racers keep putting people in motion, and the Chargers are good about moving and trying to combat that. Thompson looking to run, but does he have anywhere to go?
The answer is no. Grayson Wilson on the tackle. Jaden's there too.
He tried to reverse his field. As he could see, it wasn't as open as he wanted on the right side, and the Chargers were waiting for him.
Yeah, Melvin Swindle was in the mix there too. And it was a good job. I think they were going to throw a little screen pass over there, and I his Connor Carey was just right in the receiver's mug, and there was nowhere for him to throw it.
That's a good defense by the Chargers. So we've got 3rd and 31 now, as the defense so far is moving them backwards. We'll see if we can stop them from converting and get the ball back.
Well, they like to put these guys in motion, try to mix up the defense.
I think they're trying to find a spot for Morris to get open where they have a mismatch. This time it's a quick throw. It's Donahue out of the backfield, but he's taken down right about the 32-yard line, 15 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, it's still going to bring up a long 4th down, but like we said, they like to go for it. You don't even see them looking over at the sidelines to see if they're going to bring in the punter.
And it looks like they are not. So we've got 4th and about 16-yard, something like that. And, they don't even act like they're going to punt unless it's going to be some sort of quick kick. But we've mentioned it doesn't matter where they are on the field. They're not afraid to go for it.
Melvin.
That's a freshman mistake on 4th down. You don't want to give them any yardage.
That's right.
Melvin's had a great year just as I was going to say true freshman, but I guess that's all there is in high school. But he's played great on both sides of the ball. He started on the offensive line and has worked his way into the defensive rotation, as he is a great athlete and Good size for a freshman.
Exactly what I was going to say. He's listed 6'2", 255. It's about what I was as a freshman.
Right. 4th and 11. Thompson, quick throw over to Donahue in the middle as it looked like he was going to run it and throws it in the middle with nobody there. So that's a very good play from the Racers to get that first down.
Wow, that's tough. Give up a 3rd and 32. Well, eventually. But, yeah, that was a good play.
It was. I mean, I say who thinks he's going to run it for 10 yards. He's certainly capable of doing that, but I think we bid a little bit on that quarterback fake. And threw it right over to Donahue, who had sleeped out of the backfield. I mean, Donahue's having a great night.
He really is.
We were touting 18 Morris, but so far we've been able to keep him under wraps. But Donahue is running the ball and catching the ball, doing very well.
Empty backfield.
So timeout, Newcastle, as they do get the first down, but want to discuss something. It's at the 40-yard line, and at 1st and 10, but the Chargers, the defense has backed them way up, but then unable to keep them from getting a first down.
It's probably a good time to thank some more of our sponsors. I want to thank official sponsor Huang Orthodontics for giving so many Chargers something to smile about. Call 405-755-8151 or visit okcbraces.com.
Dr. Huang does a great job. We are frequent flyers over to his place. We'd also like to thank Fuzzy's Taco Shop. There's no better game day restaurant. Fresh, fast, and fun. Stop in at Chisholm Creek after the game or visit one of their locations in Edmond, Bricktown, Norman, Stillwater, and now open in Moore. Fuzzy's, welcome to your new addiction.
Yes.
I know you have it,
good stuff.
I know you have it.
I had some Fuzzies just earlier this week.
Nice.
Also want to thank Texadelphia Social Grill, a presenting sponsor of ChargerVision since 2013. Tex-Mex meets Philly cheesesteak and your taste buds are the winner. Stop by the Lower Bricktown location and make every day a Texadelphia day.
I hear you. All right, so the teams are coming out on the field. So it's 1st and 10 from the 40 as the Racers wanted to discuss something. Each team has 2 timeouts left. We've got 4 minutes left in the first quarter. As Rick mentioned, there's a lot of passing. I don't think this game's going to go by very quickly as the clock is going to continue to stop on the incompletions. So nobody in the backfield. Casey Thompson there by himself. He's looking to run.
Yeah, there's a block in the
flag. And he runs out of bounds right about the 38-yard line, but it looks like that's going to be coming back for the penalty.
Yeah, and I don't think that needed to be called. Jaden got by his guy, and the guy, well, he's calling it a hold, but he really hit him in the back. I didn't see any hold there, but we'll take it.
Sure. It's a penalty, however you slice it. It's good for the Chargers.
That's right.
So that will back them up, but of course, they're never dead, as we had them, like you said, 3rd and 32, and they ended up converting that on 3rd down and 4th down plays. Helped out by a little bit of an offsides penalty, but they earned it. They're just not afraid to keep that offense moving.
Yeah, and some of those at 3rd and 32 with a team that's going to go for it on 4th, it's almost like you're in that prevent defense, and so they're going to get chunks at times.
So 1st and 21 after the penalty. They do have a man in the backfield, which is, I'm guessing, Donahue, but I can't see that for sure, and it is. He goes right at the gut again. He's having a great night.
Yeah, we're
the first down, tackled right at the 25-yard line.
We're just keying on Thompson so much that we're not. That one, I didn't see it was. We had someone just run right by him, thinking that Thompson still had the ball, which is what that play is designed for.
Right. I mean, that's a good strategy so far from Newcastle as far as we're keying on their great players, and we're not expecting Donahue to have such a good night, and he's killing us with it as he's having a very good night.
Yeah, Donahue's coming in with 75 carries, only 331 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, he's got 50 to 70 yards in passing or in receiving and running so far tonight. All right, Thompson, this time quarterback draw straight at the middle. He's got the first down. He's tackled right about the 15-yard line as they're getting, 10-yard chunks there. We talked about how potent their offense was, and it's looking like it right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's obviously a talented quarterback, getting offers all over Division I program. So
unwisely picks the Texas Longhorns, but that's just my personal opinion. So 1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. 3 minutes 35 seconds left, and Donahue in the backfield. Definitely keep an eye on him. Then he's got it again. He's running straight up the middle. We can't seem to. We have to put a linebacker in there. Stop that.
I think that time we knew he was getting it, but he made a nice run right by, I think, our end and linebacker.
He's having a great night. 5'8", 185. He's running hard, and like you said, we're not keen on him, but I think it's about time to start keen on him.
Bringing in Seth Meacham now in place of Melvin Swindle. I don't know if he's giving him a break or just one more of a plug in the middle.
Seth Meacham is a big man. Not that Melvin's not. Don't get me wrong. So, 2nd and 1, ball right about the 6-yard line. We'll see what Casey Thompson wants to do here. He looks like he's looking in the end zone. The pressure's coming, and it's still coming. Can he get away? I think he's just going to throw it up in the air. We'll see if it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it does.
It does throw out of bounds, but that was about to be a 30-yard loss. So I think that's a wise decision.
But his quickness, we just couldn't catch up to him. But if we had,
well, at some point you got to. I mean, I think he did the right thing. Throwing it basically out of bounds, threw it towards the end zone, but there wasn't much chance anyone was going to catch that. But he did not lose 30 yards, which is what he was about to do. Let's bring up 3rd and 1, see if the Chargers defense can stiffen up, although, like we said, I'm sure they will go for it on 4th down.
That's right. It'd be nice to get him on a 30-yard loss.
So Donahue in the backfield, so far running very well. This time Thompson keeps it. He's in trouble.
Grayson Wilson.
Great Grayson Wilson.
The quarterback keeper gets tackled in there for a loss on number 42.
That time, with just a 1 yard to go, I think Donahue was the call, but Thompson saw something on the outside. I think wanted to try to get more, but the Chargers defense closes in a hurry. So that's going to be 4th and, I'd say about 4 to 5.
Yeah.
I think he's got to get to the 5-yard line. So we'll see what they do here. They got 3 wide receivers on the left. Still have Donahue in the backfield, who's very dangerous. They got Morris now in motion going to the right side.
They've done most of their damage on this drive of the run, but you wonder if they'll run it on 4th down.
Casey Thompson looking to throw as he drops back, fires it in the end zone, and man, wide open.
Casey Thompson pass number 8, Cade.
That's Cade Thompson, junior wide receiver, that caught that one. There wasn't a Charger that close to him. They gave him a good pop at the end of that, but he was able to hang on to it for a score.
Yeah, it looked like we were playing in the zone defense back there, and they just got between the corner and safety, and the guy made the catch.
The extra point is up, and it's low, but it looks good and is good.
That point after touchdown is good.
So the Racers come back with a long drive, converting a 4th down, and
2 4th downs.
Yeah, the Chargers just, their defense played well, but this is just a hard offense to slow down.
It really is. You know, amazingly, that did take some time off the clock, that drive, because they got most of their yards by running, not incomplete passes or that.
Yeah, Donahue was a big chunk of those yards. Doesn't get the touchdown. That goes to Cade Thompson, but he was good on the run and the catch on that drive.
Number 8, Cade Thompson.
Yeah, I don't think Cade is
any relation. I don't know the answer to that. I was
Newcastle 7.
Could ask that, but I just don't. I mean, you have, Kendall's the oldest, and you have Casey, so Cade may be a younger brother. I don't know. The others are quarterbacks just like their dad, right?
So the Racers will be kicking off with the wind. Like you said, they're not afraid to onside it, so we still only have Billy Ross Jr. back there, but it's so windy. I would think they would want to kick it deep. They should kick a pooch kick to the hash mark if they wouldn't have to get much on it, but we'll see what they do. Like I said, not afraid to, it is kind of a pooch kick to the hash mark. Chandler Shepard looking for an opening as he's got the ball right about the 38-yard line and brought down.
Defense was led there by number 6, Donahue.
Yeah. That's Donahue with the tackle, so he's everywhere.
That's right. He's coming off the field now.
McGinnis.
Thank goodness. Keep him off the field.
on the kickoff return. He brings it out to about, we're going to call it the 39-yard line. First and
So the
10.
Chargers will start at the 39-yard line, first and 10, as the offense is looking pretty good with 2 touchdowns on 2 series. We've got Connor Carey and Billy Ross Jr. in the backfield with Blake Adams. Now Billy Ross Jr. in motion, but they hand it off to Smitherman. Yeah, Philip Smitherman is an excellent runner. He's got the first down and more. Stops and starts. Tackled right about the 31-yard line with a big run.
Yeah, that was about a, what do we have, about a 34-yard run?
Yep. It's Philip Smitherman, a little trickeration on the handoff there with Smitherman kind of an end around.
And you know, he's just a sophomore, and he's going to learn on some of those. Just keep running down the side because make a quick juke, but when you stop like that, it's allowing the other guys to come up and make a tackle.
Help from his
great run.
That's a 31-yard line now, first and 10. Blake Adams looking to throw. Nice throw to Billy Ross Jr. Makes a nice move. Tackled right about the 4-yard line as he was hoping to get in, but he had a great move after the catch.
He did. He was mad at himself for tripping there.
Trying to keep his feet and fall in the end zone. He was close. That'll, 1 minute left.
You know, it's always good to, there's a flag down.
And we'll see if that was a blocking issue, as it usually is at that right there, but we'll see.
And all the players are still deep. Waving it up.
Pick up the flag, so the advance is good inside the.
So Billy Ross Jr. with the reception gets down to about the 4-yard line, first and goal for the Chargers.
Mark, I was going to say it's always good as an offense. You want to score quick, but at the same time, our defense just had that long drive.
They need a break. Maybe we're the Texas Tech.
And a lot of those guys play both ways. So
we'll see what Blake Adams does here as it's first and goal. He is looking to throw. It's a quick throw to Chandler Shepard. A little bit behind him, Chandler Shepard brings it in. Nicely done.
Good to number 1.
I think that was a good 4-yard touchdown reception. Chandler Shepard continues his hot streak. That's now 7 touchdowns in the last 2 games and 1 quarter. So last 9 quarters, 7 touchdowns. Not a bad stat line.
1 a quarter. I need to get in there.
All right, we're back to kicking extra point now.
All right, let's see if McGinnis can punch this through. Like I said, he's going into a strong win, so it's a little tricky as we've discussed.
There he goes. That's a good kick.
Up and good. The Cheerhead Chargers 21, Newcastle Racers 7.
Do you think at the McGinnis home, they get one of the other brothers snaps? They get Connor to hold and Garrett to kick?
Yes. That's
what makes them so good, right?
That's how they spend their weekends. They're very talented family, and they have done great things with Charger football, as in soccer and other sports.
That's right. Yeah, so Chargers took a little time. I didn't write down the exact time. Let's see. They scored.
I would say they started at about 3 minutes and 30 seconds is where they.
If that, it may have been less than that, but it was a 4-play drive, I think. 3 plays. We had the reverse.
Yeah, Philip Steelman, then a catch by Billy Ross, and then the touchdown. There wasn't much in between.
3-play drive.
So we'll see what we do here as we've been pooch kicking it to Thompson. The first one he got hammered by Jaden McDaniel. The second one he was able to run it back to about the 35-yard line. Yeah, we see what the Chargers want to do here.
Make sure we can, stay in our lanes and don't go too much towards the ball, because we could see last time he was close to breaking it. Now it looks like they've switched sides.
Right, Morris on the one side and Thompson on the other. They've switched where they were before, as the Chargers were kind of keying on Thompson, giving him the ball. Not sure if they just wanted him to take an extra hit from his quarterback position.
They're looking to the sideline. I guess one of the coaches will tell them which way they want him to kick.
What direction and how. So, McGinnis to kick off as the Chargers trying to get lined up properly. The wind is rough. This time it's kind of a line drive over Morris's side. He catches it about the 15 and running across the field. See if he has anywhere to go. Reverses his field and goes right up the middle, tackled right about the 33-yard line.
On the kickoff returns, penalty flags come down at the point of the tackle.
You know, I thought someone may have grazed his face mask. Yeah, that's what the referee's calling. It wasn't much, but it did.
I agree. It was not much. But I'm not saying he didn't have a hold of it. Yeah, it was a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, I agree with the lesser, although I'd forgotten they had the two different distinctions in high school.
That's right. So, down with 40 seconds roughly left in this first quarter.
9-yard line. 1st and 10, Racers.
So we'll see what Casey Thompson wants to do here, but I think they're foot on the gas at all times. He does have Donahue in the backfield with him, and he's having a great night so far. They look like they want to go that way, but Thompson in trouble and tries to run out of it, but tackled right about the line of scrimmage. It's good defense by the Chargers.
Yeah, Carson Orton with the tackle. You know, we'll say, I mean, through one quarter so far, you know, we've held their leading receiver. I don't believe he's caught a ball.
I don't either, but Donahue's having a career day, so got to pick our poison. But we are ahead 21-7. And I don't think we can keep looking at Morris's stats, I don't think we can keep him down forever, but we've done a great job so far tonight. Casey Thompson in the backfield by himself, looking, throwing it to K. Thompson again, but this time unable to catch it. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, and that's the end of the first quarter. It's a good way to end it.
Yep, it's going to bring up 3rd down, and we will start the second quarter in just a minute. I'm Mark Carlin with Rick Stevenson. We'll go to commercial and bring you right back for some more offense.
I've got $10,000 that says Joe Cooper will beat any other Ford dealer's price on a new Ford.
And I'll beat any Ford dealer's price on a new Ford by $500.
Or we'll give you $10,000 cash. Check it out. Get a new 2017 Escape for only $16,849 or just $159 a month. Or get a new F-150 Super Crew STX for only $299 a month. Getting the best buy of the week is fast, fun, and easy at Joe Cooper Ford. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Come see us at Joe Cooper Ford.
Welcome back to Newcastle.
11:45 tomorrow.
We're at Racer Stadium, where your Heritage Chargers lead 21-7. As we've been able to slow down the Racers a little bit, as the receiver hadn't gotten on track, Morris, but Thompson does look good. He's made some plays with his feet as well as his arm.
Yeah, they've really done more damage with their feet. I think we're keying on the pass because coming in, like you had said in the intro, that they throw usually 80% of the time, but obviously they can run too.
Yep, Donahue having a great night as he's caught some out of the backfield as well as running out of the backfield, as we were keying on the wide receivers, as you say. So we've got 3rd down. It's a quick throw to Thompson, to Morris, and can we tackle him? No, he gets away from Adams and brought down right about the 1st down. It's going to be very close. It looks like he might have enough.
That's Morris's first catch, but you could see he made a nice quick move there to elude the tackle.
He is very fast, and we saw that. As Blake Adams is a sure tackler, he's not slow, I guess I'll say.
What's the official timeout for him? Now they're going to measure?
Well, that's close. They're saying 1st down now. We don't want to mess with the chain gang. Why would we want to measure? Yeah, we are in Newcastle. That's a 1st down for Newcastle.
That's right.
It was very close, and it probably was enough.
Yeah, it made a nice move.
Well, yeah, it was just a screen pass, and we almost brought him down at the line of scrimmage.
That's right.
From the 49-yard line.
So ball right on the 49-yard line. Thompson, I was just going to say, he goes to the empty backfield a lot, but then they're bringing Donahue back there. Well, they're coming. The Chargers are coming, but Donahue picks up the blitzer. See if Thompson fumbles it. Oh, Donnie makes a great play to try to get on top of that. We'll see if he has it or if 17 McGinnis has it. It looks like he does have it, but that's a big loss. That is definitely a win by the defense.
That's right. Oh, man, that's one of those opportunities that the ball looks so big that, you know, footballs take funny bounces.
They definitely do. That was a great play by the Chargers defense. Newcastle very fortunate to end up with that ball, but Donahue once again at the right place at the right time. I'm getting tired of calling his name.
That's right. All right, we've got 2nd and 29.
Yeah, Thompson back there, but we bought the blitz, and Donahue tried to pick it up, but they were putting the pressure on Thompson for sure. He fumbles it. It's a big loss for Newcastle.
There's a glare flashing down on the field. Looks like someone has a mirror or something.
Thompson looking, this time he was looking to run, and he was going to throw it to Donahue again.
Jump pass to Donahue.
Well, we had Donahue covered, and so Thompson has to eat it, but that's just great defense. Yeah. Not letting Donahue run free, and then he's got nowhere to go.
Grayson Wilson was all over Donahue that time.
So, this is, once again, we've got him where we want him on 3rd down.
3rd and 31.
Very long, but the Racers are not afraid of that distance and down. They've already converted it once.
Looks like they may take a timeout, discuss what they want to do.
Well, that's like I said, the defense doing a great job, but there's just their offense is so good that it doesn't bother them at all.
Yeah, we want to thank some more sponsors. Want to give a shout out to another amazing sponsor, Energy FC Soccer. Kick it with the city's best soccer team. Single game and season tickets are available at 235-KICK or online at energyfc.com.
Also, a huge thank you to Fields and Futures for supporting ChargerVision. Check them out at fieldsandfutures.com to find out how they're empowering coaches and kids to be something bigger than themselves. Fields and Futures, one field, one coach, one student at a time.
That's right. Also want to thank Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City for their long-time support. Visit them downtown or online at mercedes-benzofokc.com. Mercedes-Benz of OKC, the best or nothing.
Just go with the best, Rick. It's very simple.
That's right.
So Newcastle coming back out on the field. We've got about 3rd and 31 as they had a fumble, but they were able to recover it, and then a sack has pushed them into this position. So the Chargers defense is stepping it up. We'll see if we can hold them.
You know, we didn't really turn out on that sack. Grayson Wilson timed that blitz absolutely perfectly, and as soon as the ball was snapped, he was running across the field. Where's that glare coming
Once
from?
again, only rushing 3, so it appears, and the linebacker's waiting. It's given to Donahue, who is able to get a chunky yards, but not very many. It's still going to be 4th and very long.
And you wouldn't think they'd punt against this wind, but it is 4th and 20 at 23.
That's about right, yeah. I don't think anybody knows what their punter looks like, so and maybe they don't have one.
Yeah.
So they are going for it. Ball on the 36-yard line, 4th and 24. Casey Thompson looking to make something happen here. Donahue out of the backfield. There is pressure on Thompson, but he's able to stay alive
there's
again.
someone wide open.
Great defense. Billy Ross Jr. gets there just in time.
He was standing there all alone. I had my heart dropped a little bit, but Billy Ross had great closing speed there.
The ball was a little late, like you said, as Thompson was under duress, but that wide receiver was wide open. I can't see his number.
I couldn't tell if that was... I don't think it was number 8.
I don't know if it was Rogers 19.
Yeah, you may be right. Yeah, I think so.
But he was wide open. They kind of broken coverage and let him go a little bit, but Billy Ross Jr. with that closing speed gets in there and bats it away just in time.
From the Racer 36-yard line.
So excellent play, as that could have been a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
4th and 24, they get a touchdown out of the deal. That would have broken my heart a little bit, but good recovery. Now the Chargers take over. This time it's Billy Ross Jr. looking for a hole. He's got one. He's down to the 20. Stumbles and cuts to the outside, back into the middle. He's at the 10, trying to get free.
Wow,
what a great run.
You know, that little stumble he had worked to his advantage because they all overran him there, and he has that quickness to cut back.
Billy Ross Jr. finds a small hole on the offensive line and does the rest himself. That's a great run. So Dalton with the tackle, but Billy Ross Jr. getting about a 25-yard gain on that one.
See if we'll stay on the ground or throw it here.
So it looks like they're right on the 10, so it's first and goal. As it's getting breezy, it's a quick throw over to Chandler Shepard, who's looking for an opening. Gets about 2 to 3, but tackled right there. It's number 12, I think, that brought him down. Jackson Missy.
There's I know we want to throw it here. We've had luck running it, right? But I think if we can hand it a little, it looks like Grayson Wilson's coming in. I don't know if he's going to be lining up at fullback. Jaden also, right? He also plays fullback. We'll see where everyone lines up. So I think we may be running the ball this time.
Philip Smitherman going way wide.
Thought we were about to line up in the wishbone for a second there, but
yep. This time it is a handoff to Billy Ross Jr. trying to get free, but unable to do it. That's a nice tackle by number 53. Looks like Wilson, Jason Wilson.
That was a nice tackle because there was some space there. So I'm sure that the Chargers are going to be throwing it this time.
3rd and 8. I'd say 9. The ball's right about the 9-yard line, so it's 3rd and goal from about the 9. Mercy, sorry about the wind, but we're up high and it is a breezy night.
Nothing blocking us. I think we can see the Devon Tower from here.
I think you're right. We are up high on top of the press box in the wind. That's a good night for football.
No, you actually can see the Devon Tower, huh?
But Blake Adams is looking to throw. Under pressure, looking for an opening. A quick throw. Finally, is that Morgan Dinwiddie?
No, it's
Philip Smitherman. You're right, 24, not 22.
Is that Philip's first touchdown of the year?
I think it is.
Good job, Philip.
Now, Blake Adams able to buy time. We've talked about it. He never panics back there and throws a bullet to Smitherman.
That's right. About an 8-yard touchdown, I believe it was.
Yep. Very nice. I think that is definitely his first touchdown on varsity. Now, he is a great junior varsity player. We see him score all the time.
Yeah. But just a sophomore, so they want to get him some playing time.
Yeah, that's great. A job well done by both quarterback and receiver.
I think that kick was good.
Yeah, kick is up and good.
All right, 28-7 Chargers. Good drive there, Mark.
Yeah, it was a short field, and we made the most of it. Man, like you said, it's. I know their offense can score in a hurry, but apparently so can ours.
Yeah,
my goodness.
So we have Mark's papers are trying to blow away.
Thank you. Everything I have is blowing away.
It's the way we feel up here.
Sorry about that. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. That's not in order.
Could you put these in order for me?
Thank you to the ChargerVision crew
for saving me. Now, in what order these go in, I don't know.
Maybe just flip it upside down.
Like some of this is old information.
But on the back, I think maybe it's. Is that? No, that's a Clinton.
Yeah, that's old news. I got some of the old stuff in here, but when it scatters, it's hard to figure out what's what. So.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, we had excitement up here. All right, 7:15 to go here in the second quarter. Chargers up 28-7. I think that may be the first third down we've had, isn't it?
It doesn't seem like we've had many because our offense has been humming right along.
Yeah, if we've had more than one, it's not been more than two. They've got a pretty good setup here in Newcastle. It's a turf field, as you can see, but it's a pretty nice setup.
Mercy, I can't keep track of all this stuff.
All right, now we've got the guys deep. We still have
a little more traditional look as we have the wind at our back.
Yeah.
And Garrett McGinnis is kicking it deep, and they're going to let it go. That was Thompson back there, but he wisely lets it go in the end zone.
He could have got it, but it was kind of a high kick, and we had guys running full speed at him. So it was probably, like you said, smart for him to let it go.
Once again, we want to remind Racer fans.
All right, let's see if the Chargers can, keep their defense up. Newcastle, we said they were averaging, 35 points a game? But these last 3 games, they've really scored a bunch. I'll tell you, I know they scored 56 a couple weeks ago. Last week against a strong Clinton team, they scored 49.
Yep. Okay, Thompson looking to throw. Donahue again in the out of the backfield, tackled right about the 20, so that's no gain on the play.
You know, before that, Elgin, like I said, they scored 56, Chickasha 55, so this is a potent offense. Chargers are doing a good job.
They are. They've just had that one long drive where they ended up converting a couple of fourth downs. And they ended up, inadvertently they went about 80 yards because they ended up backing up to about the 15 to 20.
That's right.
But it was a good drive by the Racers. But otherwise, the Chargers have been doing a great job on defense. 2nd and 10 now for the Racers. This time it is a handoff.
Good job. Seth Meacham. He ran right into Seth Meacham's chest, and if you're going to do that, don't expect to get many yards.
Yeah. Is that Donahue down? Somebody's down.
I think it is.
He has had a great night. I certainly don't want to see that.
Powell, timeout for an injury.
Just what you said. It's don't go against Seth Meacham. That's a large man.
Yeah.
And he did a great job of tackling on that, but then he was helped by some of his buddies after that, and Donahue went down hard, and he is slow to get up.
He is.
He's having a great night. I certainly don't want to see that.
No, he's not grabbing a knee or anything, so that's a good sign.
It's a breezy night here in Newcastle. We're at Racer Stadium, and your Heritage Hall Chargers lead 28-7 against a very powerful Newcastle offense that so far we've been able to slow down. They have an injured player, Donahue. He is walking off. He's had a great night on offense and special teams for him. It's a fumble recovery and having a lot of yards on the ground as well as some receptions tonight.
You know, and he may have got dinged in the head, and he's coming off field. They're kind of checking his eyes and stuff, it looks like. But, you know, Newcastle a few years ago, they were shown on the news. They had some technology they were testing here for concussions and putting different things in their helmets to kind of monitor any sort of collision that there was out there, any contact. It would automatically register on the sidelines on a computer, you know, how hard that hit was.
All right, Thompson back to throw. He's able to buy some time. He's looking. He does cut it upfield against McGinnis. Great tackle by Billy Ross Jr. That is speed against speed, and Billy Ross Jr. gets the better of that exchange. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Casey had a nice move on McGinnis. McGinnis was playing good defense there, but Billy Ross came out of nowhere to trip him up.
It's 4th and 8. They're on the 20-yard line, and as we've mentioned, they don't look like they're going to punt it. It is against the wind, which they wouldn't probably net a whole bunch of yards, but you hate to give the Chargers a short field again, as they've been very successful on offense tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Donahue, I can't tell if they're feeling on his lower back.
I'm not sure, but they are going to go for it. It's 4th and 8 is what they're saying, and that's Thompson looking to throw. He's under duress, but still keeping it alive. Finally just throws it. It's good job of Connor Carey. He ends up throwing it.
Oh, no, what is that?
There is a flag on the play, but I don't know what that is for after the play was certainly blown dead after that.
He threw it right at the direction number 59 for Newcastle.
I didn't see the extracurricular. I was watching the ball, making sure it sailed out of bounds. I think Connor Carey was thinking about catching it, but he was just as easily let it go because it was 4th down.
Or maybe they were saying, no, they weren't saying intentional grounding. That was too late. But
it did look like a late call, whatever it is, as the play was over. It is intentional
passer. Oh, no,
it is intentional grounding.
Yeah.
Lost it down, but it was 4th down, so that's basically, declined. I don't know. We get the ball either way. I don't know where they're going to spot it exactly, but.
But if it's a loss of down, would it be from the spot? Should it be our ball from the spot?
No, I agree. Instead of the line of scrimmage, the spot right through it. Yeah, that's a good question. That could have been a safety. Was he in the end zone? He was close.
No, I think he was. They threw it about at the 8-yard line, but we declined it. So maybe
we have the ball either at the 22, or we'll see if they get that straightened out. You have a good point if that's what I would say loss of yards on where he threw it, but we're the only ones that seem to be thinking of that. So Heritage getting the ball at the 22. Maybe they just are trying to pad their stats with more yards, you think?
Any officials we have out there listening, you can text us and let us know. Ted Campbell, if you're out there, you let us know.
1st and 10 ball on the 22. Blake Adams is looking to throw. He's looking Smitherman's way again, but he's now under duress. Get rid of it, Blake. It's a quick throw at the feet of the wide receiver. The defensive
Wade, I think, was over there, but they had good coverage. I was looking all across the field there, and they were right on our guys.
Yep, good decision by Blake Adams not to force something there.
Blake's talking to Billy Ross. I think maybe they weren't on the same page.
Miscommunication.
Yes.
Which is unusual for the Chargers team. 28-7 currently. We've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go. It's a much faster second quarter.
I'm looking down there. They're still looking at Donahue. Looks like maybe neck.
No,
neck or lower back. No.
He's a tough kid. He's had a great night. Like I said, I'm sorry if it has come to an end this way because he was racking up the yardage so far tonight.
They're putting ice on his lower back.
Blake Adams looking to throw it again. Billy Ross Jr. Was defended well.
Yeah,
there wasn't much window there.
He zipped that ball in there pretty hard, and with this wind, that gets to you quicker than you think, and it just squirted through his hands.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Chargers, as they've got the short field. We'll see if we can get keep the chains moving or get a touchdown.
Coach is on the field. I thought maybe they were going to call a timeout.
You to move on down to the north end zone now. If you're among the Little League football team.
Oh, we're going to have a Little League football game to watch at halftime?
Well, it looks like they're in shorts and jerseys. Maybe a flag game.
Excellent. So, backfield loaded. Blake Adams looking to throw. He's got a lot of protection. You better get rid of it, though. It's a quick throw.
So what do you do here?
Well, we have the wind at our back, but it is a tricky wind for sure, so I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, Blake's not too happy with someone. I think, once again, there was maybe some miscommunication.
He's expecting, well, nobody can get open, but I'm going to have to credit the Newcastle defense for that. But you're right, Blake looks like he's expecting someone to be in a different spot.
We're going to be introducing you in just a few moments, so head down that way.
We'll see what happens here. It doesn't look like we are setting up for a field goal by any means, as it would be about a 37-yarder, about a 39-yarder, excuse me, but the wind at our back.
That's right. They don't have to get in the end zone, obviously. We're at the 22-yard line. Just need a 1st down.
Let's see what we do here. It's tricky to throw, but we've
I'm thinking maybe swing Billy out of the backfield.
He's in there. He's blocking. It's a quick throw. Nice catch. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah.
It's going to be very close. That's Chandler Shepard. It's very close.
That is very close. Chandler says yes.
Chandler Shepard said 1st down. I haven't seen the referee indicate that, though.
Yeah, the umpire. Let's see. He's
waving him on. So it is a 1st down.
Great job. I thought the way he was leaning, his feet were there, but I didn't think his hands were, or the ball was. So,
well, that's a nice spot, and I still don't know why they don't measure in high school football anymore, but what do I know? So that's the Chargers get the benefit of the doubt there, spotted right at the 12-yard line, so just enough for the 1st down. The throw and catch from Adams to Shepard.
We got 4:19 left. I keep thinking it's like going to be down to a minute, but all these incomplete passes are only running a few seconds off the clock.
1st and 10. They go back to the run. Billy Ross Jr. with a head of steam gets down to about the 6-yard line before tackled.
That's right. They can keep doing that. Just keep moving it.
Yep, I saw 54 in there. Chris Dalton in on the tackle as well as others.
54, Dalton. That's Chris Dalton, along with number 12, Jackson Nissy.
Jackson Nissy also in on the tackle. It sounds like he's having a good night as far as tackles on the defense.
Let's see, we have Smitherman way out to the right.
Billy Ross Jr. to the right side, see if he can get in, and he does.
Yes.
Nice job, 5-yard run from Philip Smitherman.
I think 7-yard run. 7-yard run from the 5. So, yeah, that lead extends the lead to 34-7 for the Chargers. 3:33 left here in the second quarter. Looks like Garrett McGinnis is lining up for another extra point.
Well, the Chargers, we knew we were going to have to score a lot to go against the Racers, as their offense is very good, but the Chargers' offense is outstanding tonight.
It is. Well, that was the first time we've really been tested on the drive.
Kick is up, and it is good from McGinnis.
Trying to see if Donahue's back in there, but I'm not seeing him anywhere. Last we saw, they were putting ice on his back.
Yeah, I don't know if they walked him into the locker room early for halftime or not. I don't see him on the sidelines either right this second. Yikes, hold on to your stuff. I've already had it blow away from me one time.
With this wind, ice on your back would feel a lot better inside than it would outside.
All right, this gives us a chance to thank RS Fuel Convenience Store. Make a pit stop on the south side of Memorial between Portland and May Avenue. High-performance fuel for your car and for you. That's RS Fuel Convenience Store.
That's right. Also, visit Charger Corner Campus Store and get the latest Charger gear. You know, Mark, all profits go directly to teachers, classrooms, and programs like ChargerVision. Store hours are 10 to 2 on school days. Get your Charger pride on.
You know, I did know that. But
you know, and I think that shirt you're wearing came from Charger Corner.
I think you are correct, sir.
Yeah, the jacket I have ready for if it cools down also came from Charger Corner.
Half my wardrobe, I think, came from the Charger Corner store.
Yeah, my hat did.
They do a great job. Also, definitely want to thank Joe Cooper Ford for their support. Visit their Edmond, Yukon, Shawnee, or Tulsa showroom, or check them out online at joecooperford.com to find your new ride. That's Joe Cooper Ford, home of the $10,000 deal.
And also, want to thank Junk Boss, but we'll tell you more about Junk Boss here after a while. But you know what, I'm going to also say that that was another good Joe Cooper drive of the day game. Because it was short, but it showed our moxie.
Yep, we're looking good. The offense is really clicking tonight. All right, McGinnis with another deep kick. Goes in the end zone for the touchback. Tell me about Junk Boss, Rick.
Well, Junk Boss, they're a new sponsor for us this year. They make it easy for you to get rid of unwanted items like appliances, old couches, TVs, or even an entire warehouse full of junk. Visit them online at junk-boss.com or call 405-802-5865. Junk Boss, where every day is Big Trash Day.
They do a great job.
You can never have too many big trash days.
There's always stuff to get rid of.
That's right. So, call Junk Boss.
All right, so your Chargers lead 35-7. The offense having a great night. As we knew it would be high scoring, we thought from both teams, but the Heritage Hall defense came to play tonight as they kept the Newcastle Racers just a 7 so far this half. Casey Thompson right now back looking to throw. He's looking for Cade Thompson, but can't seem to find him open. He's got a lot of time back there, as we've talked about. He just keeps buying time. Very elusive back there. There is a flag on the play, which I hope is a hold.
You would think so with all that running, but
they're taking it up. They're waving it off.
Emmanuel Carter has taken the place of Donahue. Emmanuel is just a sophomore, 5'7", 185. We'll see what he can do out there.
Well, I want to credit Donahue for having a great game, but I also know that the Chargers started out looking a lot for the pass, and they had a lot of guys in the secondary, which opened up the run game for them. So hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, hopefully so. He's a good player.
And then now you've got five wide, unless somebody ends up moving into the backfield. But it's Casey Thompson by himself right now. 2nd and 10, and he's looking to run. Makes a nice move. But he is under pressure for sure as he's going backwards and farther backwards. We pinned him down. Are we going to get a safety out of this deal?
They're going to call him down at the 1, I think.
Well, he kept going back and moving and trying to buy time, and it was a running play, so he had no one to throw it to, but he could not get away from that Chargers defense.
You know, even with that one long drive they had, they're close to negative yards for this game.
Well, they had about 85 yards on that drive, but some of that was penalty. I mean, they were backed up some, and like you said, between a couple of sacks and a couple of a fumble, they could be. So they are now at the 1-yard line. Started at the 20, and that's a 19-yard loss, as the defense would not let Charles Thompson or Casey Thompson get away.
Or Charles.
Any Thompson, they don't let him get away. He's looking to throw out of that. He's not afraid, and he throws a bullet, but the wind knocks that down.
That's all wind right there. Now, what do you do? Fourth and 29 from the 1?
with the wind right in your face.
4th and long from the 2-yard line.
I mean, I think completing a pass to the 20-yard line is just as good as a punt, but I don't know the answer to this. Like I said, I don't even know if they have a punter on their roster. They never jog him out there, but they are not in great spot. I got 4th and 29 from the 1-yard line.
2:12 to go. Someone's calling a timeout, looks like. Well, looks like Newcastle's spending their 3rd timeout.
Everybody's going to want to discuss this one.
Yeah. this
what
is
do we do here?
I mean, because not only is it 4th and 29 from the 1, but you have this wind. They're against the wind, so even if they punt it, it could be a safety because it would go backwards.
Right? Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, they're in a predicament. Oh, Ford
Those are water boys.
getting a little FaceTime on the camera. I like it.
You know, also, let's talk about some of the other sports. Our cross-country ran well at regionals at Chisholm last week. Both teams placed 5th to qualify for state. Jordan Fulkerson paced the girls 13th among all 4A runners, while newcomer Daphne Matthews, just a freshman, placed 14th. On the boys' side, Jacob Livesey was the top finisher, placing 13th international. States at OBU in Shawnee on Saturday, tomorrow. So the girls start at 9:30. The boys' race follows at 10:15.
Yeah, let's go out and support the cross-country team. They're doing a great job this year. And go out there with OBU and go check them out.
That's right. And believe it or not, basketball is starting too.
We will have to discuss that at halftime. You're going to leave me nothing to talk about at halftime at this pace.
So it's a teaser leading into halftime.
So it does look like they are going to go for it. It's 4th and 29 from the 1. They're trying to draw somebody off sides, but that's not going to get you. It's not going to get you 29 yards, but it might get you 5. We'll see what they do here. He does try to quick kick it, but it just stay away from it. That's a good kick. That's a job well done by Casey Thompson.
Yeah, 39-yard punt.
It was. It wasn't very pretty, but it was very effective. Frankly, we almost blocked it, but I think that was the best thing that the Racers could do right there.
That's right. I mean, that worked out well for them. I thought we were going to get the ball at the 1. Under 2 minutes to go here now in the second.
So the Chargers offense taking over again. They have not been stopped so far tonight.
5 possessions, 5 scores.
Yeah, that's very impressive. As Blake Adams having a good night, but our running game is also very strong. Billy Dawson Jr. having a great night.
The reverse
Blake Adams, he's looking to throw it. It's a quick throw over to Carson Orton, who runs upfield. He's shucking guys left and right. He's at the 15, taking down right about the 11 or 12-yard line. The Chargers get mix it up a little bit. They're not happy with their 28-point lead. They're trying to score right before halftime.
So that was a gain of right at that ball, 28 yards. Oh, Carson's saying I think maybe a contact popped out. He's holding something in between his fingers. Heading over, as you can see. He has one eye closed, so I assume it's contact lens.
He could be winking at you.
So winking to everyone on ChargerVision.
1st and 10, Billy Ross Jr. trying to punch it in here. He's tackled right about the 10, leans forward to about the 8-yard line.
Oh, gain of what, 3.5 or so?
Yep.
Not bad, do that every time.
Now we are trying to, I think, we went from one to score in a hurry to wait, slow down. We don't want to give them any time before halftime.
Exactly.
So I think you're going to see a lot of runs here just to see if we can milk the clock. Billy Ross Jr. taken down hard. Apparently not a face mask.
Yeah, it seemed like he was taken down by the helmet, didn't it? Now, granted, if he grabs the back of the helmet, I guess that's legal.
Timeout Chargers. It's going to be 3rd down, and we'll say about 5-ish, maybe 7-ish.
Yeah, well, they're saying. Is that right? 2nd and 7? What's that? I thought it was 3rd down.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to argue with the scoreboard or the.
Well, I believe it's 3rd down.
At least we think it is. Well, I think we've thanked our sponsors, but we can always.
You can't thank them enough, Rick.
That's right. Can't thank them enough. So, you know, the ones that are new sponsors this year, Joe Cooper Ford, want to thank them, Junk Boss, because this really is a great program we have with the ChargerVision.
The students do a great job. Maybe we should talk about them. They're the ones doing all the camera work. They do all the setup before the game. They do all the takedown after the game.
We've got the easy part.
Yeah, they just let Rick and I talk for a couple hours, but they have to do all the hard work. Ryder's here producing. Alex Nguyen over here pressing all kinds of buttons, looking very important.
Got Price Man.
Price has been here for years, yes. We're saying second down, but I really think it's third. This time it's a nice throw with catch. Shepard, touchdown.
That's right. I think a 7-yard passing catch to Chandler Shepard. That makes touchdown number 8.
We're going to have a hard time with the players' game.
Quarters. Yeah. Exactly. Well, Chandler won it last week. He and Blake kind of both got it the week before.
Well, we're gonna have to arm wrestle to figure this out. But
right now it may be someone on the defense because defense is playing outstanding.
They definitely are. I mean, but so is the offense with 41 pending another extra point, and that looks good. 42 to 7. Your Heritage Hall Chargers leading. We did leave 56 seconds on the clock for Casey Thompson.
Yeah,
which is he doesn't need much to score, but. I like our position.
Yes, I do too. I do too. Really, the Chargers have exploded, and you can see kind of there's not much pep in the step on the Newcastle sidelines.
Well, they're like we said, it's really odd that they are so potent on offense, have great athletes, and then but they're 2-5 on the year, and their defense it looks like they don't spend a ton of time on it.
That's right. Looks like the theme for tonight for the jungle is like pajamas, maybe. I don't know. Looks that way. Do you all know? What's the theme for tonight? It is pajamas.
I see a lot of PJs out there, so.
They're saying good night, Newcastle.
It is far from over, sir, but I do like our position. We've talked about, they can score in a hurry. The Chargers need to keep them down, though. Don't give them any momentum going into half.
That's right. I mean, with this team, you are correct. They can score quickly. I mean, we played great defense, but the game is about 2 halves.
So McGinnis looks like he's going to kick off, and with the wind, he has no problem kicking him in the end zone traditionally. Against the wind, a much harder time, kind of pooch kicking it. We'll see what he does here. This time it is sort of a pooch kick. It's to right over by Thompson, and looking for an opening, cutting to the left, but he's going to run out of room at about the 20. Oh my! The referee takes
to the fence.
That's a nice tackle by the Chargers. Let's flip Steelman in there. That they run over Thompson and the referee go out of bounds in a hurry.
Casey, I'm sorry, but Smitherman came in there just full bore. But it wasn't out of bounds. It was a legal hit.
I'm going to need some extra paperweights, I think. I'm running out of stuff. So, they're starting at the 17. The Racers are. We've got 44 seconds on the clock. And Casey Thompson. Thank you, sir. Very nice. Ryder to the rescue.
That's right. Ryder brought some paperweights.
Thompson looking to a quick throw out to number 11, but he can't make the catch. That's going to be Tyler Moore out of the backfield.
Did you say Mary?
I didn't say Mary, but that is Tyler Moore. No relation. But he couldn't catch it out of the backfield. It does stop the clock. It's going to bring in 36 seconds and second down for the Racers.
So have to meet him off.
See, I think that's where they missed Donahue. I mean, he's shown great hands, and he turns that little screen pass into 15-yard gain is what he was doing in the first quarter.
Yeah, and there wasn't anything about that hit. I mean, he ran smack into Seth Meacham, who's a big boy, and must have just jarred his back.
It's like a brick wall. This time he does hand it off. The tailback can't quite get away.
I assume if that was number 33 that was in there before. That would be Emmanuel Carter.
11. Yeah, that's Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
Who's in there trying to pick up the pace on where Donahue left off, but there's not much there, and the clock is running. So I think the Racers maybe one more play, or maybe they just want to get in the locker, and they don't look like they're in a hurry. and I think they are just going to go in at halftime, down 42-7, as your Heritage Hall Chargers are doing a great job on offense, haven't missed a beat, scored every series, and then the defense is outstanding, keeping this Racer team in check so far. So what we'll do is go to commercial, and then we will come back and discuss kind of some of the scoring drives and what we might see in the second half.
I've got $10,000 that says Joe Cooper will beat any other Ford dealer's price on a new Ford.
And I'll beat any Ford dealer's price on a new Ford by $500.
Or we'll give you $10,000 cash. Check it out. Get a new 2017 Escape for only $16,849 or just $159 a month. Or get a new F-150 Super Crew STX for only $299 a month. Getting the best buy of the week is fast, fun, and easy at Joe Cooper Ford. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Come see us at Joe Cooper Ford.
Great team is coached.
You're like most of us. You've got junk in your garage. Heavy junk. It's taking up space. It's collecting dust. Here's a thought. Do something about it. While you're at it, let's clean out the shed, the spare room, maybe a little more in the garage. Big or small, just point and it's gone. Junk Boss. Your junk goes here.
Welcome back to Newcastle. I'm Mark Carlin here with Rick Stevenson. It is halftime, and your Heritage Hall Chargers are beating the Newcastle Racers 42-7. And we've got two very powerful offenses here tonight, and the Chargers have been able to do whatever they want. They've scored every series that they've been on offense, and they've been able to slow this very potent Newcastle team down. I will quickly go over kind of the scoring that we've had so far tonight, and it may take me a while. And then we will tell you a little bit about what's going on around campus at Heritage Hall. So we started out the Chargers. They scored, it's called back for a penalty, and they quickly punch it in the end zone. It's a 45-yard touchdown pass to Zane Wade. That's 80 wonderful to you guys at home. And we did miss the extra point. That made it 6-0 early in the game. And then Blake Adams gets an interception, and then quickly the offense drives down to 22-yard TD run from Billy Ross Jr., and then Billy Ross Jr. with the two-point conversion makes it 14-0, your Heritage Hall Chargers. And then after a long drive, Newcastle, they move forward, then they go backwards on a sack or a penalty. They ended up racking up a bunch of yards on a very long drive, and they get a 10-yard pass from Casey Thompson to Cade Thompson, and that makes it 14-7. And then your Chargers come right back. It's a 4-yard touchdown reception for Chandler Shepard, make it 21-7. Then we have a 9-yard touchdown catch from Philip Smitherman, and that makes it 28-7. I think that's Philip's first one on the year. He does a great job on the JV team, just a sophomore, and he's getting a lot more action in varsity games as he gets a little more comfortable in the offense, and Blake Adams is looking for him now more and more. So it's 28-7 at that point. Then we've got a 7-yard run from Billy Ross Jr., make it 35-7 on a short field, and then a 7-yard TD catch from Chandler Shepard, making it 42-7, and that's your halftime score. As the Chargers offense is hitting on all cylinders, they've had a short field a few different times, and they're doing a great job of slowing down the Racers, which certainly is a challenge as they're a potent offense. Let me tell you a little bit more about what's going on around campus. We've got basketball practices that are underway. The regular season tips off with Carl Albert, the Carl Albert Festival for both squads on November 30th. The boys return 2 starters from last year, John Matthews and William McDonald, and expect big things from freshman Trey Alexander. The girls return veterans Hannah Stanley and Layla Ramanzada, and will look to sophomore Avery Freeman to take her game to a new level. The first home game and ChargerVision broadcast is slated for December 5th when the Ada Cougars visit the MAC. So check out the basketball team. They have been practicing now for just a little while and trying to get it together. I know we have some football players that play basketball also, but they are right in the middle of the football season. But I'm expecting big things from John Matthews and William McDonald this year, and then I can't wait to watch Trey Alexander play. Come support the basketball team. Next, we've got the swimming practices have begun also. It's not too late to join the team. If anyone's interested, definitely we'd love to have you go out for the swimming. Any interested athletes should call Jared Prince or stop by practice at the Northside YMCA, 3:30 to 4:45, Monday through Thursday. Go out and take a jump in the pool. Help the Chargers out. Are you on social media? Be sure to follow ChargerVision at HH Chargers TV for schedule updates, pregame features, and more. Look us up on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. ChargerVision, they do a great job, as we mentioned before. The students do a great job with the cameras and running the show for us. Excellent job. Check out the mobile app for Heritage Hall. It's available at iOS App Store or Android Google Play. There's no better way to stay connected with Charger sports. Have you been to the Heritage Hall Athletics website? Check it out at hhchargers.com online. Your one-stop shop for Charger sports, media, schedules, recaps, rosters, highlights, and more. Definitely visit the Chargers, hhchargers.com. You can get all kinds of information out there. So, Rick, I'm running through what's going on at the Chargers world at the Hall, and I went through a recap of the scoring drive, and it was just all Chargers all the time, except for one. We had let them loose on one, a long drive for the Racers. Like I said, they kind of went forward, went backward, ended up with about probably an 85-yard plus drive, but they do punch it in for their only score, but the defense has done a great job tonight.
They've been outstanding. I mean, from, their pass defense has been incredible. They, at first I think that one drive where they scored, we were kind of jumping at the pass so much or concentrating on Thompson that they were able to rush the ball. Donahue had, like we've been talking about, had some great runs. Thompson had some great runs. That little jump pass.
Right, to Donahue out of the backfield, right?
That may have been on the 4th down, was it?
It was, yep.
That was a great play. So, I mean, but other than that drive, the defense has been incredible. Almost had a safety down there. We've done a good job of corralling Thompson. Something, we may see in the Cotton Bowl next year.
Yeah, it's going to say that's hard to do. Not many high schools have had good luck with that.
Yeah.
He is a very good player. Like you said, transferred from Southmore. He did good things there. He's got a great pedigree. Charles Thompson's son, his older brother Kendall Thompson, played in college as well.
That's right.
And he's a great athlete, and the Chargers have just done an excellent job of shutting him down. I say shut him down. I mean, he's gotten some running yards here and there and some passing yards, but I'm just looking at the score, 42-7.
You look at his stats, and he has one interception, one touchdown tonight. But his stats clearly show he's usually better than that. I mean, 24 touchdowns, I believe. And let's see here. Yeah, well, 24 including tonight, 23 coming into tonight. And really, if you look at Jacob Morris, from what I could tell, he has one catch for 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he averages about 200 and something yards a game, and he has one screen pass. One screen pass for about 10 to 12 yards is about all I can remember him catching it, as we've done a great job on him. And I said, I think you're right on when you talk about they got some rushing yards early because we were keying so much on their potent passing game, but we have certainly done a much better job of shutting that down, just making a few adjustments. We've gotten some more sacks out of it. We've shut down Donahue. He got injured, unfortunately, on a play at the middle that Seth Meacham was not going to let him go anywhere. Yeah, he was getting tired of Donahue running. But I certainly hope his back is okay, as he was having a wonderful night in the first quarter, and then we kind of readjusted a little bit. In the second quarter, we shut them down. So, very impressed. What are you expecting in the second half, Rick?
I think we'll see a lot of the same. I think we may work on our running game some more, run some clock.
Keep the clock going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got a 35-point cushion, and, So, why not run some clock? And then hopefully we can get some young guys in there too.
Yep, I mean, I know we'll probably see some Morgan Dinwiddie. He hadn't played a ton in the first half, but he's going to be fresh, and he'll be running right at the middle with those guys. Then, I mean, if we score one or two more times, we may get some freshmen and sophomores in there, and we always want to see them get experience. We're a little biased as we have some freshmen, but also Coach Boger does a great job of doing that, is getting experience to the younger guys, and then because it's going to be their turn to play next year or two. So get them as much experience as you can.
They've got to know what it's like to be playing under the lights on a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, they are all excited to play. They practice just as hard as everyone else, and they're just trying to figure it out. And they're going to get better and better the more action they can see.
Exactly. There's some of the Heritage Hall crowd you're looking at there.
Yeah, we had a big crowd tonight for a away game in Newcastle.
Yeah, not too bad. We never brag about being the best traveling team, but here we are.
Well, ChargerVision, although we're happy you're watching it, they may actually hurt some of our away attendance, but
that's a good point. Good point.
But we're certainly happy with it. What we'll do is cut to commercial, and then we'll come back and tell you a little bit more about some of the second half of what we expect. We're about 10 to 12 minutes away from it.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
There are moments that define us, that shape our character, that make us who we are. But what if there were no moments for the children of Oklahoma City? Our kids lack the most basic requirement to participate in sports, a field. It's our time to enable our children to create their own defining moment, to provide resources like an empowered coach, safe equipment, and a field that they can call home.
Welcome back to Racer Stadium here in Newcastle, Oklahoma. There's one of our new basketball coaches you see in the screen, as well as the one with his finger in his mouth is one of our new players this year, freshman Trey Alexander. And I'm sure Mark told you a little bit about our basketball team already, but that's if he mentioned Trey, that's him right there. And he's quite a player, and his dad's one of the coaches, so it'll be exciting to see. We're going to show you some of the Newcastle band. However, they are coming off the field right now, so we won't talk about that. But Mark has stepped away, so you're left here with me, Rick Stevenson, and really not much to say here about the Chargers other than, it was just domination. I can say a lot about the Chargers, not much to say about the game. I should rephrase that. But it was Chargers have shown offensively that they have been unstoppable. They did have a fourth down one time and just got enough for the first with a great pass from Adams to Chandler Shepard. And I don't know how many touchdown passes that is for. Let's see here. Today I think it's maybe 3 passing touchdowns. Maybe 4. But he just keeps adding on to his already school record of the number of touchdown passes. And if you're interested in what he can do, the only thing that Blake Adams is behind on is the yards. And Graham Colton still has the record with the number of yards. For Blake to break, that's hard to say, the record, he needs to average, if we make it all the way through the state finals, 235 yards a game. If we just get to the first round of playoffs, it'd be 412 yards a game. So hopefully we'll be making it to the state finals, and we can get him a chance to get the record. I don't know if we ever went over our starting lineups tonight, so let's just take a look at them. They'll probably be the same for this second half. They're mixed up a little from before. Our offense, Blake Adams, he's statue in there at quarterback. He's been there for 3 years. Morgan Dinwiddie, we haven't seen as much of him, but I'm sure we will this half. Grayson Wilson, he's been playing fullback, but he's kind of been lining up kind of as a little slot player at times too. Billy Ross Jr., seen plenty of him, both running the ball as well as catching the ball. Jaden McDaniel's come in a couple different positions. We've seen Carson Orton make some big plays. The big guys up front, Trey Marion, Luke Williams, Jack Griffin, Seth Meacham, and Melvin Swindle. And Trey was injured a little bit, but he came back in and he was really dragging that shoulder. I don't know if it was popped out or not. We'll try to get that injury report if possible tonight. If not, you'll hear about it soon. And then we'll talk about our defense. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of the same names here. But Jaden McDaniel, lineup defensive end, started the game with after our first touchdown with a great special teams play on the tackle of Casey Thompson on the kickoff. Melvin Swindle lines up at tackle. Carson Orton at defensive end. Sophomore Connor Keith, I believe this was his first start of the season. Grayson Wilson, also the linebacker. Garrett McGinnis was in the backfield along with Zane Wade, Blake Adams, Chandler Shepard, Billy Ross Jr., and another sophomore, Philip Smitherman. So it'll be good to see in there a couple sophomores, freshmen, of course, plenty of seniors. This senior class has a lot of good players. Speaking of some seniors, there are some right there that are part of the jungle watching the game, as well as a couple of the cheerleaders. Glad to see some of the students make it out tonight to the game. It's not a far drive from to Newcastle. It's about a 30-40 minute drive from Heritage Hall, probably closer to 40-45 minutes, but not bad at all. So they're still here. Hopefully, they'll stay through the end of the game. Hopefully, we'll get everyone a chance to play tonight. As Mark mentioned, that with this type of lead, if we can add to it, then we can get some of those younger players in. And Mark has joined us again. Now, Mark, we went over kind of the lineups, starting lineups. Since we didn't get a chance, there was so much action at the beginning of the game, we didn't get a chance to go over our starting lineup. So we went through those, kind of talked about a lot of the same players both sides of the ball, so it'd be nice to get them some rest here towards the second half.
You are not kidding, sir. Now, we're playing a great game. I mean, I hope we do get to see some of the younger guys in there, as we have played. I don't think we could have played any better, frankly. I mean,
that is true. That is true. I mean, offensively, well, both sides of the ball, really. We gave up a couple of big plays, but for the most part, I mean, this team, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting them to score some points in the second half. I just want to keep them at bay. And then especially if we get some younger players in there, they'll probably have a little more success just against the inexperienced guys. But, I mean, if we can stay ahead of them, hopefully by 21, I'm going to feel very good about the way things go.
Yeah, I think, we should. We should stay within that far. And I think a lot of it depends on who's coming back for them. If Donahue's coming back, right? He's a playmaker. At least he was in the first half until he went out with an injury.
You're exactly right. He had a great first quarter, and then got injured going up against Seth Meacham, which is a bad idea. But they couldn't block him. But they were having success around, like you said. I think we were looking more for some more passes, and that opened up some of the running lanes. But man, the second quarter, we would not let them breathe. I mean, I keep calling him Charles. Casey Thompson keeps kind of scrambling and running for his life back there, and we have done a good job of containing him, and either gotten a sack or he's been forced to throw away before it's a 20-yard loss.
Yeah. Very true. I don't know how that look right there with some referees talking to the police.
I have a concern about that. Keep it fair.
Oh, and here we got some middle schoolers who are roughhousing it a bit, though.
Yeah, the ball boys come. They get the middle school boys to come out and help shag some balls, and they get the opportunity to throw it around and put on a halftime show.
That's right.
But those are future players for us.
That's right. Gavin Wilson, and then you got Jason Freeman, Coach Jason Freeman's kids out there, the other two.
Yep. What we should probably do is just go over the once again kind of the keys to the game and see. Rick is going to show us his dance moves. We could do that also. Stay disciplined with the pass rush. We've done a very good job of that. I mean, as far as keeping. In the first quarter he got loose a little bit. Casey Thompson did, but the second quarter we have shut him down where we've just kind of contained him and he's not been able to break free. He keeps backing up, and then like I said, either a 20-yard loss or he ends up throwing the ball away before that. And then sustain coverage as long as possible.
They did a fantastic job of that. There's nothing downfield, and even while he's scrambling so much, that one that we sacked him on the 1-yard line, he had all day, but never could. There's never anyone open for him to throw to.
Right. And then we also talked about handling the onside kickoffs. We haven't seen that because they haven't been scoring and they haven't been kicking it off. Fourth downs, we've done a pretty good job. They've gone for it a few times on fourth down. They have converted, but I mean, I'm more excited about the points. That's a very potent offense that only has 7 points at the half. That means that the defense is doing exactly what they need to do.
That's right. Yeah. So, those are keys to the game, and we're handling those keys, and thus we have a 42-7 lead right now over the Newcastle Racers and their Texas Longhorn commit, Casey Thompson.
I don't want to, like I said, there's still a whole half to go. If we can score 42 in one half, so can they. So we're just going to have to make sure we keep doing what we're doing. And that is not a good halftime speech, but I mean, like I said, I don't think the Chargers can play any better, so I'm not sure what Coach Bogert's going to tell them other than you guys pay attention.
That's right, and be sound, and obviously we want to avoid any sort of injury. I'd say that's most important right now.
Definitely. But the Chargers are playing very well, and I certainly want to see them do it a lot the same thing, keep them at bay in the third quarter, and then get some of the younger guys in there and get them some good experience.
Yeah, that'd be great. What about, there's 1:10 left on the clock, but usually then they throw another couple minutes on after
warm-ups.
Yeah.
The Racers are still getting a tongue lashing in the locker room. Have not come out at halftime. But the Chargers are out there stretching out, trying to get loose. And like I said, hopefully we can keep them at bay in the third quarter and then get some new guys out there and get them some experience. Carson Orton's having a good game. Philip Smitherman got his first touchdown tonight. Connor Carey has not seen much action as much as I thought he might on offensive side, but I can't argue with the results that we have, so everything seems to be going along just fine.
I may be mistaken. I just had a little flashback here, but I believe our Lady Charger soccer team if I'm not mistaken, may have played a state championship soccer game here back in 2015, maybe? I think it was.
I cannot answer that.
Came up just a hair short against Deer Creek, but state runners-up, which was the best the Lady Chargers have done.
Well, Deer Creek's got a lot more students than we do, so I know we get bumped up in class periodically, depending on how we do, but that's a tall task to go against them. I can't tell you next week we've got the Cass Bulldogs will be at home next week calling the game. And then the week after that, Elk City. I think that's senior night, if I'm not mistaken. That's November 3rd. And then the playoffs will start after that. We'll see how it all shakes out. But
something to bring up next weekend, or next Friday, with our game. Who is it we're playing next Friday?
Cass Bulldogs.
Oh, it is Cass. That's right. You just said that.
But listen when I talk. Come on, Rick.
But they bring the kids out because I think it's up to 8th grade. That's right. Trunk or treat will be happening in the parking lot of the McClendon Athletic Center. And, you're going to have all sorts of games, activities, all the students with their cars full of candy for your kids. Bring them, put them in costume. It's going to be chilly, so it's a great night to have them in costume. And bring them out to the game before the game starts. I think they're doing it, I forget if it's 5:30 to 6:30, just to look at your bulletin that you're getting from the school, or check out the website. Where we find more information, we'll let you know.
I think you're right on, sir. I think you got most of that information exactly correct. No, the Chargers doing a great job. Definitely pay attention to what's going on around the school. We've got cross country and basketball, swimming, all that getting going for the winter sports. If you have any questions about that, certainly log on to the website. It'll tell you much more. hhchargers.com is what you need to do. But the second half, we'll see. Like I said, Rick, I think we want to keep doing what we're doing. Blake Adams is warming up. I'm sure he's going to go in there and see some time. But if we can keep the Newcastle Racers down a little bit and to start the second half, I think we're going to be in the exact position we want to be in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how about we take one more commercial and come back here with the second half kickoff? Sounds good?
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
Hello, I'm Todd Bondi, operating partner at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City, your premier luxury dealership.
Being a leader can present challenges, unless, of course, you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. Set standards and lease a new Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan for $359 a month, or a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV for $449 a month.
Leasing the Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted has never been easier. Allow your next incredible journey to begin at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City.
All right, welcome back to Newcastle. Mark Carlin here with Rick Stevenson. We were about to start the second half. Your Heritage Hall Chargers leading 42-7 against the Newcastle Racers.
That's not a bad career record, is it?
33-1. Pretty good, I'm going to have to say, for Brett Bogert. Yeah. Very, very impressive. These guys are playing very well. Last year's loss in the playoffs is the only one, and we were decimated with injuries late in the season. So I hate that loss is on his record. He's bound to get one somewhere, but that one was due more to running out of bodies to throw out there than it's going to be coaching.
You know, I think we are sitting at a 35-game regular season winning streak.
It's a lot. I know that. All right, we're about to get this going.
They got the beat going on down here in Newcastle.
Ryder Bates is busting out some moves, and that's what I want to see. All right, we've got Garrett McGinnis kicking off for the Chargers. We'll see who is deep. It had been Thompson and Morris mainly in the first half. I don't see Thompson out there, but I can't tell what numbers are out there.
Morris is. That's not him.
He's got the ball. He's at about the 25 and tackled out of bounds right about.
Fumble?
Yeah, the Chargers have it is the question.
I believe so. Chargers so yes. Referee's calling it. Heritage Hall has the ball. I did not see who recovered that.
I think Solomon Granger is who number 17 is the one that was running it, but I didn't see he'd fumbled it right about the 27, and it looks like the Chargers do have it.
I don't know if Connor Carey was over there. I don't know if that was him that got it or who.
Okay, when I said that Chargers couldn't play any better, that would be the ideal start for the second half, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's demoralizing for the Racers. You know, when they come out when you have the ball to start, you want to make a good run to try to get back in this game, and to fumble on the 27-yard line is not what you wanted to do.
I think that's what the coach drew up for him.
That's right.
All right, so Blake Adams this time gives it to Dinwiddie, we talked about, gets a block there, and they did throw the flag. Yeah. J.D. McDaniel trying to hold up and just stand in the way as opposed to actually blocking, but the referee didn't see it that way. So this one's going to be coming back.
Definite block in the back there.
But I do think we're going to see Morgan Dinwiddie some more. He has had a very good year as running the ball this season. He runs a little more north and south than Billy Ross does.
As I say, he's really good between the tackles. He busts through that line quickly and with some power.
50-50, we'll read that number here.
Yeah, I mean, that's he's 5'9", 175, and then we've got Billy Ross Jr., 5'9", 165, so he's just a little thicker than Billy Ross, but he is not afraid of the contact at all as he runs right up the middle.
Well, there's 2 flags on the field, Mark. So that's what the discussion is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll be offsetting.
Face mask on the defense, but then pushing the back against the offense. So
they offset, and we'll replay first down. So a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the Racers 27-yard line.
All right, so move it to the right hash. Let's see what they do here. You know, like we said. Well, now it looks like there's a timeout. What is the
officials are not done discussing the double penalties.
Official timeout. Once again, that ticket number is 5379938.
Did you win? Did you win the raffle, Rick?
I didn't buy a ticket.
Well, we got here late. But I bet all week in Newcastle we could have bought them.
Did you win that race car?
I just want to ride in it.
All
right, so let's see what the officials are. Still don't know what they are discussing, but they do. I don't know if they're looking at the clock or what they are discussing, but let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, 10:19. That's odd. When did we run almost 2 minutes off?
So far, he's had a kickoff, and that's it. So. I agree. I mean, apparently they're not correcting anything, so I guess that they're saying the clock's correct. They're saying wind it and let's go. So Billy Ross Jr. in motion. Morgan Dinwiddie running to the right side. There's a flag already. It's a quick. Morgan may get into the end zone, but I think it's going to be coming back as they threw a quick flag before he could even get ahead of steam about the line of scrimmage.
Maybe the defense was lined up off sides.
That would be very nice. I don't know what. It does not appear that that's what it is as they're pointing. But we'll see what they say. And the referees are getting a lot of FaceTime on camera tonight, which is a bad sign.
Well, it looks like they're hugging Morgan.
I mean, they are struggling to make a call.
I was going to say, they're having a rough time.
Well, they just are going over the rule book every penalty to make sure they're I want them to do the right thing, but it shouldn't take 10 minutes to discuss every flag.
Well, they're walking forward. So I think it may be a touchdown Chargers.
Well, I've yet to see that. All right, here we go for the explanation. Oh, they're picking it up. Everything's legal. Touchdown Chargers.
All right, Morgan Dinwiddie. I think it was about a 27-yard run.
Well, I think that's about right because I think that's where we took over. So was that, I guess, one play? One penalty.
I guess it was one play drive.
Well, a penalty.
I don't think that counts since it's a replay.
I think you're right on, sir. So Morgan Dinwiddie with about a 27-yard run. I mean, it's hard to keep up. The scoring coming so fast and furious. There's either a flag or a touchdown every play. And the Chargers score, and it's good. So 49-7. We talked about how they couldn't play any better, and this time they get a turnover and score on one play. So I guess they can play better.
That's right.
And we thought we'd see a little Morgan Dinwiddie the second half, but he scored so fast we didn't see a whole lot.
Yeah, there he is right there, showing his face.
Well, he's an excellent runner. I'm happy to see him get in the end zone. That was a hard run, but I was busy looking at the flag as I thought it was going to be coming back, but they pick it up. And Morgan Dinwiddie does get his first touchdown of the evening.
There he is, 5'9", 175, running back and linebacker. We don't see him too much on the defensive side of the ball, but there he is, staying with some of the big fellas, thanking them for clearing the way for him to go score.
Yep, they do. I never call out the offensive line enough, but I mean, obviously, it goes without saying that the Chargers don't score as many points as they do, and they don't have the running lanes they do without the offensive line. They do a great job for the offense.
Solomon Granger is back, along with Jacob Morris. And I have a pretty good feeling we'll go back to Solomon Granger.
That's where I would kick it based on what I've seen so far. But we'll see. That you never know what the Chargers are going to do. Ahead 49-7 now after a quick touchdown right at the beginning of the second half. They get the fumble and then one play, Morgan Dinwiddie score. This game's easy.
It is. I feel like I'm in a club.
The way you're dancing, I would say you are. For dance lessons, call 1-800-RICK-STEVENSON. All right, this time. Oh, they do more. So he's got it. He's fast. I mean, we've been able to keep him under wraps so far, but he's got the ball. He's down about the 22-yard line.
He fumbled too, but out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play. No surprise there.
I don't know if that was a face mask. Well, they're throwing it way upfield. Must have been a hold.
I don't know, but the referees are getting a lot of action tonight.
It is pushing the back.
Racers.
Blocking the back.
10-yard penalty from that.
So they run it up to about the 23-yard line, but that's going to be taken back for the penalty as the Racers can't get out of their own way so far in the second half. They have a fumble and a penalty so far to show.
And a touchdown given up.
So Casey Thompson back in at quarterback. We'll see what the starting position is as I'll mark it off from the spot of the foul. It's going to back him up to about the 12-yard line. Yeah. Something like that.
We'll give him the 13, yeah.
So I think Thompson's going to be looking to air it out, even though he is going against the wind, but I think he's probably getting a little frustrated that he's not able to move the ball a little bit better against this Chargers defense. And they do bust out a run, but the Chargers have none of it, as it's probably a 1-yard loss on the play.
I think that was
I think you're right there. That's 33 Emmanuel Carter, I believe, who we talked about. Got in there a little bit in the first half, and then they're trying to find someone to run it as Donahue had a good first quarter, as we've talked about, but they trying to find who's going to be his backup.
Yeah, I don't see him on the sideline either.
That's too bad. He was having a great game.
I hope he's okay.
49-7, your Chargers are leading. That's going to bring up second 10 as they say no gain on the play. I thought he may have lost a yard. But Thompson is in the backfield. Now we've got a tailback in there with him. And he's looking to throw it, and he does fire it over to the tailback, but he can't break free. That's Carter again. And that, Thompson throws a bullet. You better get in the way, and you'll catch it, but it's coming in a hurry.
Exactly. He's got a gun. And we're seeing Kate Thompson. He's coming off the field. He was down. Maybe it's just his shoe came off. I thought maybe he may have been cramping all of a sudden, but lost a shoe, couldn't get it back on in time, so had to come off the field.
So 3rd and 10 for the Racers, as Thompson trying to find some rhythm, but the Charger defense not allowing that to happen so far in this game. So Carter in the backfield with Thompson. 3 wide receivers one side, 1 on the other.
Good discipline by the Chargers. They're trying to draw him off sides there.
Yeah, it looks like Thompson may be changing the play. He's looking to throw. The pressure is coming. Does he have anywhere to go is the question.
Nice
tackle. Who is that? That's number 32 for your Heritage Chargers.
That's Connor Keith, sophomore. He got his first start today. I believe it was.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's some good sophomore players. I mean, linebackers next year with him, probably Hardy Bowers.
Yep. Hard does a great job. We'll probably see him in the next few series for sure.
Yeah.
So 4th and 8, as we know, not afraid to go for it on 4th down. The only time they punted was a quick kick from the 1-yard line, which I think was a wise decision. But Thompson looks like they are going to go for it again unless he decides to punt it again against the wind. But I think they're all the way out to the 15. Why would they do that?
That's right. It's good field position. He's going to, though.
This is a higher punt and probably gets a good bounce. Ball bouncing about the 47, 48-yard line, going out of bounds right about the 49. So
those are 2 good punts against this wind.
Yeah, that one was a little truer than the other one. He got a better bounce. It was lower, and he got a better bounce on the first one, but that one was a lot prettier, and it was a good result. So Chargers take over still on the Racer side of the field, but the ball is at the 49, and they are 1 play and a touchdown, so I'm expecting that again. What about you? What do you think, Rick?
That would be nice. That would be nice. Still the starters in there, except I don't see, no, Billy Ross is in there too, but he's going to be going wide. No, that's not Billy. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Billy Ross Jr. splitting out. Still got Blake Adams back there. As I said, we're a little thin at quarterback, so we don't have a whole lot of choices, although I'd like to see Blake Adams out of there. Carson Orton catches it on a screen pass, but he's got nowhere to go on the short side of the field. That's going to be a loss of about 1.
They defended that well. Just to give you an update, top of the 6th inning, the Astros leading the Yankees 3-0.
Come on, Astros.
I'm kind of pulling for the Yankees.
I'm a Red Sox fan. There's no way I can be pulling for the Yankees. 2nd and 12, as they're saying a 2-yard loss on the screen pass to Orton. The Chargers are going to have to throw it upfield. But
I think that is the first time we've been behind the chains today, except for by a penalty.
Right. No, I think you're right. We don't have hardly any negative plays tonight. They've all been very good plays.
Looks like some pressure coming up.
That's Junior with an opening. He's at the 40. He's at the cuts back. He's looking for more. Keeps cutting. He's bound about the 19-yard line. That's a good run, but that's an example of where he's got so many moves. He's not sure which one to put on.
I am not exaggerating. I think there were 7 guys around him by the time he got down. He just
that's a great run. I mean, he's got the moves to get around people, but like you said on that one, I wish he'd just turn on the jets and see what happens.
Exactly.
So, Chargers going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. Only behind the chains for a second. But, I mean, I think they should go to the running game just for what you said. Keep the clock running, and there's no reason to throw in this windy. Anyway, so Morgan Dinwiddie gets the carry here. They're trying to rip it out of his hands, but he's still going forward. I don't know where the ball is, but he carries him down to about the 11-yard line.
Defenders with him.
That is a nice, strong run, and he's able to hang on to the ball because he was definitely, they were trying to rip it out.
We have some scoreboard issues going, but we're under 6 minutes to go here. Chargers leading 49-7. Yeah, Mark, I wonder if they're doing a running clock this half.
Maybe. I mean, because there was 2 minutes went off in a hurry, and there was not a lot going on other than penalties. Yeah. And normally the clock's not running for penalties.
No.
So 2nd and 1 for the Chargers. Blake Adams hands it off, and Morgan Dinwiddie hit hard and nowhere to go. That's going to be a loss of a couple. As I think the Racers are cluing into the run game that we're trying to employ.
It's one of those things you don't want to run up the score, but if they start keying on the run,
what are you supposed to do? You don't want to get your tailback killed. But we do, like I said, want to keep the clock moving and want to keep the ball. So 3rd and 4 after a 3-yard loss. We'll see what Coach Bogert wants to do here. 3 wide receivers, one side, Carson Orton by himself on the left. Blake Adams looking to throw. He does toss it up to Carson Orton, who's fighting. They're hanging all over it. They do throw the flag. There is a flag in the end zone.
Okay.
That was the defender, Solomon Granger was not looking back for the ball and seemed to be all over him. We'll see what they discuss. Yeah, they are going to say pass interference against the defense, and I mean, I think that's a good call. I know they don't really want to make it with the Chargers up by 42, but I think that's what it was.
That would give the Chargers a 1st down, and then they can work some more on the running game. Yeah, 4:42 left in this 3rd quarter.
Yep, there's a Coach Bogert right there calling in the play.
Ball is moved down to about the 7-yard line.
Grayson Wilson coming in. You know, he's been playing some fullback for him, but he also has been playing some tight end. We'll see where he lines up. Looks like he's fullback leading the way for Billy Ross, or at least that's what's where he's lined up. High snap, Billy Ross gets it, but nowhere to go.
Number 8, Ross takes the handoff, but he's met.
That's going to be a loss of a yard or two.
That was some good defense, but like you said, they know.
They're well, I mean, this is, and I mean, like you said, not that we can do it at will, but I mean, this is going to force us to play action and throw it over the top if they got so many guys in the box.
That's right. I mean, I think just even if a little swing pass or a pitch outside to Billy Ross and I don't think there's any stopping him.
So 2nd down and goal. And Blake Adams looking to throw. It is a swing to the outside for Billy Ross. He makes one move, but they're dragging him down right about the 9-yard line as the defense is pumped up and not wanting to get up another score. It's Granger on the tackle.
Back a yard, loss of about a yard on the play, back to the 10.
They kind of went, I believe they go to the short side of the field that time, or seems like it was more crowded.
They're like I said, the Racers, I think they have an extra player or two because their defense is playing a lot more inspired on this series.
Right.
So 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 9-yard line as the Chargers are backing up so far this set of downs. Billy Ross Jr. in the backfield. Still have Grayson Wilson up there looking to block someone. Does make a good block. Billy Ross Jr. That's a nice turn. That's a nice run for an 8-yard touchdown.
That's right. I guess, according to the scoreboard, 9-yard touchdown.
Why do you keep correcting me like that?
I'm just helping you out since you're writing them down.
9-yard TD run.
How many is that for Billy tonight? Is that his 3rd?
I've got 1, 2, 3. Yes. Morgan with 1. Chandler with 1. Zaynade with 1. Smitherman with 1.
That's right.
Touchdown is good.
All right, that brings the score to 56-7 Chargers. 2:53 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Mark, I feel pretty good that we're going to see some freshmen and sophomores. Maybe not yet,
right?
But in the 4th quarter.
I think you were right, and like I said, I'd love to see those guys get experienced.
Sure.
They put in a lot of hard work, and they want to see the field. So on a score like this, I'm hoping they do in the 4th. I say late in the 3rd or in the 4th quarter, just to see what they can do.
Yeah, Casey Thompson went out there with the kickoff return team. The coaches said, no,
that's not necessary.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be out there.
So we got Granger and Morris back there as they had a little reverse where they want the ball in Morris's hands, and I think the Chargers want it in Granger's hands. Who
that's right.
So far, I'm sure he's a great athlete, but he I think is less scary than Morris is the way I'll phrase it.
It's a good way of putting it.
I'm fine with McGinnis just kicking out of the end zone, but we'll see. You need one of these?
No, I'm good. I've got one.
I mean paperweights, as we're still blowing. We're a little breezy up here. So the Chargers, 56-7 at this point. Happy with the way things are going.
Heavily loaded to the left side here for kickoff. We got some of the additional freshmen in there. A.J. Searles in there.
Hardy Bauer. Although I know he plays a lot of special teams.
Yeah, Robert Imbro.
I don't want to take Jaden McDaniel out. Oh, they're good. He's still in there.
And Philip Smitherman.
Yeah.
All he got is
guys
speed.
are so good. Yeah, they're so good on special teams.
I think we're going to kick it left this time. I was wrong.
It looks like it is going to go in the end zone and does. I think that was a wise decision.
Yeah.
If you can do it, and with the wind, I think we better do it while we can.
That's right.
For a touchback, 1st and 10 Racers from their own 20-yard line.
2:53.
I was just going to say that.
In the third quarter here, having some scoreboard issues with the ChargerVision, but we'll keep you up to date.
56-7 is what you need to know. The Chargers playing outstanding football so far tonight.
1st and 10 from the 20.
So Casey Thompson with the handoff.
Good stick there by Grayson Wilson, but
that's about Tyler Moore with the run.
That's I'm sorry, I was about to say Colton Denny is the one that made that first contact with him.
Yep, first year playing, a great wrestler that is now playing
state
football.
champion.
I mean, I can't tell you the last time they've had a positive first down play.
Yeah.
The Chargers just in and out.
That's about as long as they've had since the first quarter. 2nd and 5.
So Thompson in the shotgun, and this time he hands it off again.
I think they're wanting to run some clock too.
I don't think they like the way this game's going.
Down to 1:40 in the third quarter. So A.J. Searles in the game.
Yep.
He missed, he played quite a bit, may have even started in the John Marshall game, but then had a knee injury, so he missed the next 5 games, I believe. Played last week for the first time.
Yep, he's an excellent athlete. Just a freshman, and we were starting to see him go down. We had a few injuries that people are starting to come back from, so that's good news for the Chargers.
Yeah, it really is.
Also want to remind fans we'll join up at
So 3rd and 4 for the Racers. Thompson in the shotgun. This time he keeps it, looking for an opening, and able to get the first down to about the 34-yard line.
39-yard line.
Yeah, they stopped the clock with 54 seconds left.
So that's a nice keeper from him. I was wondering if they were just going to didn't want him to get hurt and they were going to hand it off every time, but looks like there's still some fight in the Racers.
Yeah, I mean they haven't had many first downs today.
Well, they had the one series that they ended up scoring on, but our defense has done a great job against them all night. Casey Thompson, I know, wants to air it out, but I mean, against this wind tonight, it's hard for anyone to do that. And it's a handoff again, right up the middle. It's number 11, Tyler Moore.
They got 3 yards on that carry.
I mean, I think that's going to be fine with everyone. If they're probably happy with that positive yardage, and we're happy to give it to them to keep the clock going and make them earn it all the way down the field.
It's going to take us down to. I think that's going to take us to the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they don't look like they're going to run another play, sneak another one in. So we are done with the 3rd quarter, and your Heritage Hall Chargers just keep the domination up. We're ahead 56-7, and we will go to commercial and bring you right back.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
Hello, I'm Todd Bondi, operating partner at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City, your premier luxury dealership.
Being a leader can present challenges, unless, of course, you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. Set standards and lease a new Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan for $359 a month, or a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV for $449 a month.
Leasing the Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted has never been easier. Allow your next incredible journey to begin at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City.
And we're back.
Back in Newcastle, Rick Stevenson and Mark Harlan here calling the Heritage Hall Chargers versus the Newcastle Racers, and the Chargers just doing what they want so far in this game. 56-7 they're leading, and we have Casey Thompson and the Newcastle Racers struggling to move the ball. All right, Casey Thompson looking to air this one out now that he's got the wind with him.
Yeah,
it's just a little too strong, but I think they were holding off till they could get the wind.
Yeah, that was. They're trying to get the ball to Morris.
Yeah, and they passes the 10 to Morris, who is not having a not having a good night. He is used to getting 200-plus yards a night, and he has about 12 so far tonight. So the Chargers doing a great job of clamping down on him so far this game.
That's right. We're starting to see some subs come in, too. We got Hardy Bowers in there with A.J. at linebacker.
Hardy is not afraid of the contact. I like the way he plays.
Yeah, I do, too.
For Newcastle, on their own 37-yard line.
So 3rd and 7 now for Thompson and the Racers. I think he's happy now to have the win. We'll see that one he overthrew, but I think he'll adjust. This time they run it right the middle, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, I think that again was Colton Denny, I believe. No, it was Hardy Bowers. Hardy Bowers got in there. Colton's not even in the game.
That's
he was in there so quick, I just figured it was a nose guard that got to him.
11 versus 11. I'd say Hardy Bowers won that battle. That's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for the Racers.
5 yards to go from the Racer 39 yard.
Thompson looking for the call from the coach. As although they could kick it deep, but they this is the best field position they've had in a while. And it's 4th and 5, which is manageable for the Racers. So Thompson looking to see if he can get the ball to Morris here. Right. Chandler Shepard going to try to stay with him as best he can.
He's looking for him. He's open.
He fires it to him, and he makes a good move. See if we can bring him down. Yep. They a little crossing route over there where.
I mean, you could tell even on that. I mean, he snatched that ball out and made a nice move. He's a good receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I think catching the ball, he's very good at that. But when he gets in his hands, he's very athletic and fast. So he probably gets a lot of his yardage on a 10-yard throw and catch, and he runs for about 50 more. So that is going to be a 1st down for the Racers. Ball at the 40-yard line, as this is one of their better drives of the night.
Yeah, we got the scoreboard back up working. The clock's a little bit off, about 10:24 to go.
Thompson back, and they hand it off again to Tyler Moore, but there's nothing there. It's Hardy Bowers again on the tackle.
Melvin Swindle in there as well. Two young guys.
For a yard, or a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, right at 10 minutes to go. Chargers are going to bring home their, well, we don't have the records on there right now, but we know the Chargers haven't lost a game. This will be the
7-0 right now.
8th win of the season.
Yep. I guess we need to run through our sponsors again. They do a great job for ChargerVision. We haven't had a lot of stoppage in action, as this has been the second half is going a lot faster than the first half.
Yeah, that it has.
Thompson looking to throw. He fires it over to Thompson. Yeah, number 8, Thompson, and he's tackled Cade Thompson in there. That's his second reception. Hardy Bowers?
Hardy Bowers
he's everywhere.
Chandler Shepard.
I mean, that's another advantage. I mean, you've got you want to get the younger guys some action, but they're also fresh. They've been sitting on the sidelines and they're ready to go. Where
that's right.
The starters are very good for Newcastle, but I mean they're getting tired. We're in the 4th quarter for them, and these other guys they're ready to go. So Hardy Bowers was linebacker spot. He gets over the sideline in a hurry.
Yeah.
So they're putting Tyler Moore in the backfield with Thompson. But he's just looks like he's running a pattern. They throw it quickly too. There's a flag down, and Moore getting tackled right about the 30-yard line. Thompson takes a big hit.
I think Zane Wade and Hardy Bowers on the tackle.
Well, they're waving it off. These guys are they're quick to throw it, but sometimes I guess it's they're advised. It looks like it's enough for the 1st down. I don't see them waving them on yet.
No, they haven't.
The ball right at the 30-yard line.
And they're still rolling the clock. Yep. They haven't started the play clock.
So they do say it's enough for a 1st down. They are going to move the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
But they did keep the clock running. Now the clock on your screen's a little fast. It's 8:33 to go now.
Stick with Rick Stevenson. He'll set you straight. So Thompson, the running game working and the passing game as well. As like I said, this is one of their better series. They're just throwing it out of the backfield. That's against Tyler Moore. He's still on his feet, trying to bring him down. Finally bring him down right about the 13-yard line.
That was a nice run by Tyler Moore.
Yeah, we are going to have to, like you said, I think we're going to have to figure out how to get the guy in the backfield and cover him.
Yeah, Hardy Bowers right there. He just had to step on him.
1st and 10, Racers.
So 1st and 10. This is definitely the best drive of the second half, and really, they've only had one good drive on offense, and this one is doing well. The Chargers taking a timeout as they want to discuss it, try to slow down the pace of the Racers are moving the ball. So we will thank some of our sponsors.
Thank our hospitality room sponsors.
I want to thank Quail Creek Bank for supporting us again this year. It's your connection to better banking. I think Rick Stevenson has had an account there since he was about
That's right.
a young tyke.
I think 10 years old when I saved my first $25.
That was just a couple years back. But definitely contact Quail Creek Bank, www.quailcreek.bank, member FDIC.
Also want to thank our newest sponsor, Venue 104. They take amazing care of our students every day at lunch and serve the state's best game day gourmet concessions. Also want to thank Huang Orthodontics, who Mark sponsors them.
I'm not the only one, but
a lot of Chargers. And but they've given so many Chargers something to smile about. Call 405-755-8151 or visit okcbraces.com.
Thank you, Dr. Heim. I'm very happy with all our smiles in our house.
Nice.
All right, so Newcastle driving down to they're saying the 15-yard line, 1st and 10, and see if the Chargers trying to break a little momentum. Casey Thompson looking to throw.
Yeah.
They open again out of the backfield. That's Tyler Moore, but the ball just a little overthrown.
Yeah, he threw a rocket down there.
He's got a very strong arm.
He does.
Also, definitely want to thank Texadelphia Social Grill, presenting sponsor of ChargerVision since 2013. Tex-Mex meets Philly cheesesteak, and your taste buds are the winner. Stop by at the Lower Bricktown location and may every day be a Texadelphia day.
That's right. Can't mention Texadelphia without also mentioning Fuzzies.
Of course. All right, Thompson. This time he is a keeper. The defense is there, though, making him cut back inside. That's very good defense.
That really was.
Settles right there, forcing him back inside.
Yeah, so talking about Fuzzies, there's no better game day restaurant. Fresh, fast, and fun. Stop in at Chisholm Creek after the game or visit one of the other locations in Edmond, Bricktown, Norman, Stillwater. And those of you traveling back from Newcastle, maybe you can stop in Moore.
Get some Fuzzies.
That's right.
It's good and good for you.
Welcome to your new addiction.
3rd and 11. As that timeout did slow down the racers a little bit. But
and actually that score is not correct on your screen. Newcastle is not leading 7-0.
The Chargers are dominating 56-7. Don't let that fool you. We have done a lot of what we wanted so far this evening. But the racers are on the move as Thompson trying to get them in the end zone. This time it's a strong throw, but a little bit short.
Yeah, he tried to get it over there. Zane Wade got a hand up. I don't know if he tipped it, but I think that's going to be short anyway.
The intended receiver, but not able to get the ball to him. And I think they're both Thompson and Morris are a little bit frustrated tonight as they've not been able to connect like they have been all year. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 11.
6:46 to go in the game. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have the scoreboard the rest of the game, so we will keep you advised.
We'll keep you updated. We got nothing to do but talk about the score because I like repeating it. 56-7 so far. Thompson looking to throw. Throws it deep in the end zone. Chandler Shepard is there.
That was good defense. It was a pretty throw. Well, that was 4th down. Throw. Charger ball.
Chargers take over on downs right about the 15-yard line, but that's the defense comes up big as they have been all night.
Looks like most starters are coming back in, although we do have Jagger Abels,
wide receiver, Zane Wade in there. But yeah, I think this at this point, I think they're just going to be running the ball, and I think sometimes when you get inexperienced linemen, you're going to get some running back hurt. So we'll probably end up seeing him rotate in there.
Yeah, Robert Imbro, I think, is coming in at quarterback. Looks like Davis Duncan is in the game as well.
Robert Imbro injured early in the year, so couldn't play any quarterback as he couldn't play, but he's a very good athlete, and the Chargers want to see what he can do. This time he hands up to Morgan Dinwiddie over to the left side. He's got the 1st down and goes right out of bounds right about the, I'd say the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they're running the clock good. So just about 6:05 left in the game here. It's a 1st down for the Chargers. Here comes some more of the freshmen and sophomores. Got A.J. Searles in. I think, is that number 10 that ran in?
Yeah,
we don't have a number 10.
Exactly what I was thinking. But I know they're going to switch numbers depending on what position some guys are playing.
Right.
But we'll see what Chargers can keep things going.
We're not sure who the other running back is, other than Morgan.
Morgan gets the ball again.
Oh, no, that was
Morgan Dinwiddie. Yeah.
I'm sorry, 80 was in the game. Lincoln Liebert. I don't know if that's what I thought was number 10. I guess the angle of the jersey looked like 10. Or maybe it was my old eyes.
It could be either one.
Yeah. Landon Mahadney coming in now.
He's been playing some quarterback this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Robert's still in there, so I think Landon's probably coming in at either receiver or fullback or so.
Yeah, Landon Lahadney, there's not much to him, but he is tough. I mean, he is not afraid to go tackle someone. He's not afraid of, like you said, running up the middle. I love the way he plays. He is in the backfield, not a quarterback, but at the fullback tailback position with Morgan Dinwiddie. And
he's not afraid to go stick his nose in there.
Robert taking as much time as he can.
Oh,
yeah, nice block by Lahadney to spring Dinwiddie.
Number 22, Dinwiddie. Number 13, Robert Imbro. Quarterback for the Chargers.
Nice block from Lahadney. So that is going to be enough for a first down as Morgan Dinwiddie and the clock keeps running and the Chargers keep moving the chains. It's exactly what we want to happen.
I got to know so I can get down there.
What do you think on defense?
I don't know if I can pick out one guy. So, clock's still running. We're at 4:18.
Sure.
The defense, but we'll interview Jaden. Yeah. All right, Chargers just going right up the middle. Hand off to Landon Lahadney there after the great block. He gets rewarded with a carry, but there's just not much of an opening there.
Amari Smith coming in the game.
Yeah, coming back from injury. We're happy with a lot of these guys coming back from injuries. That they are young and they haven't seen much playing time, but we also had some injuries. So
right.
Robert Imbro and Amari, glad to see them back on the field.
We got 3:30 left in the ball game here.
So Rick, let's go ahead and talk about our player of the game or players of the game, as I think we're going to say.
I think we talked about the defense. I mean, there wasn't the whole defense stood out tonight, Mark.
They've done a great job of slowing this. This time it's a keeper for Umbro, but yeah, the defense is slowing down this potent offense. Is a job well done. They have all earned it. So we couldn't pick one player. The offense had a great night as well, but it's the same deal. I don't know how to pick just one guy.
I guess we can give it to Coach Mark Adams for the defensive coordinator for.
Except we don't want to interview him. We want to interview Jaden McDaniel. He was our Fuzzy's featured player of the game, and I think we're going to try to go down and give him
good representative of the defense. He started the game, the defensive out with that pop on Casey Thompson to start the game. So,
yep, he does great on special teams and on defense. Started to play some offense also, but I think on defense is where he has shined tonight, as the whole defense. So this time it's Morgan Dinwiddie trying to get to the outside. He's cutting up field. Can he get that first down? He does.
Which doesn't let some of our young defensive players get in the game.
That's all right. I'm okay with the way things are going. I know we want to get experience on both sides, but keeping the ball out of Thompson's hands and the Racers' hands, fine with me.
That's good. Henry Evans in. Luke Bondurant's in.
So a lot of freshmen getting in the game.
Oh, Jaden Williams, Bryce Carlin. Bryce Carlin tried to come in
and out. But no, these guys they work hard, and I'm glad they are getting some time. We're down to 144 in the game.
All right, we got the scoreboard back up and working. These guys can work magic.
56-7 as the Chargers have had a very nice game. Jaden Williams with a carry. He's going straight ahead. Gets about 4 to 5 yards on that. as he is running well. Yeah.
Here comes Bryce Carlin, as well as we got Will Shepard. Who else came in there? Nate Branscombe, I think.
Yep. They're all piling in there.
Yeah.
So 106, I think we were going to see a run.
Well, Jackson Missy leading Chard off that play.
So Umbro about to take the snap. Looks like we may have
just waiting,
one or two more plays. This time he does get a wild snap. He's able to run with it. See if he can get to the outside. Gets tackled right about the 44-yard line after a couple-yard gain on a scramble play.
Now Ford made it in for the
nice
final play of the game or so.
Ford Stevenson unable to play with his broken finger as much as he wants. He's an outstanding player.
Actually, they don't have to take a snap here, but. And we also got Jake Denny in the game. Wow, I did not think we would hold them to 7 points.
I don't think anybody expected that. I expected Chargers to do well on offense, as I know the Racers' defense is not their strength, but I expected us to maybe win, I don't know, if we scored 56, I thought we'd give up 44, something like that. So the defense, outstanding tonight, as was the offense, but keeping the potent Racers to 7 points was quite the victory. So your Chargers win 56-7. What we're going to do is go to commercial. We'll come back, give you a recap, and our defense is going to be our players of the game. So let's see if we can track down Jake McDaniel down there.
I've got $10,000 that says Joe Cooper will beat any other Ford dealer's price on a new Ford.
And I'll beat any Ford dealer's price on a new Ford by $500.
Or we'll give you $10,000 cash. Check it out. Get a new 2017 Escape for only $16,849 or just $159 a month. Or get a new F-150 Super Crew STX for only $299 a month. Getting the best buy of the week is fast, fun, and easy at Joe Cooper Ford. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Come see us at Joe Cooper Ford.
All right, we are in Newcastle. You're here to Charlotte Chargers with the victory tonight against the Newcastle Racers, 56-7. The Chargers offense clicking on all cylinders tonight, but what was so impressive was the defense and how they shut down the Newcastle Racers and Casey Thompson, who score a ton of points every week, and they could not do it tonight with only one touchdown against the Chargers defense. What I'm going to do is kind of run down how the Chargers scored their points tonight. At first, it started out with a 45-yard touchdown catch from Zane Wade. We missed the extra point, so it started 6-0. And then Blake Adams with an interception, and that turned the ball around for the Chargers. They got a short field. And then it's a 22-yard TD run from Billy Ross Jr., and then Billy Ross Jr. catches the two-point conversion, makes it 14-0. And then a long drive with for the Racers. They get a 10-yard pass from Casey Thompson to Cade Thompson, and that makes it 14-7, and then the Chargers just kept going. We had a 4-yard TD reception from Chandler Shepard caught from Blake Adams. Then we had a 9-yard TD catch Philip Smitherman caught to make it 28-7. Then we had a 7-yard run from Billy Ross Jr., 35-7. And then a 7-yard TD catch, Chandler Shepard again from Blake Adams, 42-7. And that was the score at halftime. Then the second half, there was a lot more running. The scoring slowed down a little bit, but we had Morgan Dinwiddie with a 27-yard TD run right after the half, after a fumble from Newcastle. And then we finished it off with a 9-yard TD run, Billy Ross Jr., to make it 56-7. And then the Chargers able to hold off a long drive from the Racers that had to turn it over on downs, and the Chargers just ran out the clock. So that's our final, 56-7. You're here to Charlotte Chargers having a great game. Our players of the game are going to be the whole defense, as no one can slow down this Newcastle Racer team, and they were able to do it tonight, as Casey Thompson and Morris could not connect near as much as they usually do, and I just credit the defense. We couldn't pick out one player, so we picked them all out. The Chargers defense just did a great job. We're going to try to get an interview down there. Rick Stevenson headed out to the field to see if he can get Jaden McDaniel and see if he can interview him and basically credit the whole defense. He had a great game. I definitely want to thank our sponsors. We got Energy FC Soccer, Fields and Futures, Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City. Don't forget Stanley's Graduation Services. We had RS Fuel Convenience Store, high-performance fuel for your car and for you. The Charger Corner Store. Definitely go out and do what you can to get your Chargers gear and go to the corner store. Everything goes to the teachers and back into ChargerVision and all the programs they have. I definitely don't want to forget Joe Cooper Ford for their support either. Visit their Edmond, Yukon, Shawnee, or Tulsa showroom. Check them out online at joecooperford.com to find your new ride. Joe Cooper Ford, home of the $10,000 deal. And then certainly Junk Boss. We want to thank them for everything they do for ChargerVision. They make it easy to get rid of unwanted items like appliances, old couches, TVs, or even the entire warehouse full of junk. Visit them online at junk-boss.com or call 405-802-5865. Junk Boss, where every day is Big Trash Day. So definitely want to thank all the sponsors. They keep ChargerVision on the air, and we appreciate everything that they do, and I want to give them a shout-out. So, just to wrap it up, I've got 56-7. Your Heritage Chargers winning tonight. We'll go to commercial, and then what we'll do is see if we can find Jaden McDaniel and Rick Stevenson on the field.
You're like most of us. You've got junk in your garage. Heavy junk. It's taking up space. It's collecting dust. Here's a thought. Do something about it. While you're at it, let's clean out the shed, the spare room, maybe a little more in the garage. Big or small, just point and it's gone. Junk Boss. Your junk goes here.
All right, welcome back to Newcastle. Your Heritage Chargers just dominated the Newcastle Racers 56-7. We are giving our player of the game to the whole defense, and I think Rick Stevenson's on the field with Jaden McDaniel right now. So I'm going to wrap up my portion here. We're going to interview Jaden McDaniel, but the Heritage Hall Chargers winning in fine fashion tonight. Take it away, Rick.
Jaden McDaniel, he's representing the whole defense, and Jaden, you were our feature player of the game, so we thought it was fitting too that you would be our player of the game. So what did you ever think you would hold this team to 7 points?
I don't know. My confidence would want to let me say that, but they have a very good athletic quarterback. He caused little problems, but not much. We ended up shutting him down, and scoreboard showed it all at the end of it.
That's right. Not only scoreboard, but the stat line too. I'm told that they may have been held to under 100 yards of total offense. What does that say about your defense?
That says a lot about our defense. They might have been the best offense in the state. Probably not, but we're the best defense in the state for sure.
Yeah, you showed it tonight. And like we said, you set the tone with it on that first after we scored and that first kickoff we had. What do you tell me about that hit?
Didn't slow down. I had one target, and it was him. Saw him catch the ball. I was like, oh, well, might as well.
That's right.
We'll risk it all.
Yeah, no, it was a great play, and I think that set the tone. I mean, that guy's going to the University of Texas as of right now, and, to take a shot like that to start the game, I think that really made a statement to their whole team. What do you think?
That's probably one of the best ways you could possibly start off a game. You go score, then on kickoff, you light up the best players going to one of the best Division I schools in college football. So, yeah.
That's right. But the whole defense played outstanding. We knew it was going to well, we thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. We knew we would score, seeing how they did. And you played a lot on the offense, too. What did you think of the offense tonight?
The offense did very well. Our passing was well. Our protection was well. Our run game started off a little slow, but we picked it up like we usually do in the second half and got it done.
That's right. So now we're 8-0. I guess heading back home for the final 2 games against Cash, first of all. What do you know about Cash?
I got injured against Cash last year. They broke my collarbone, so hopefully, just like all the rest of the games, go out there and play hard and do what I do best, do what our defense does best, do what the offense does best, and be the #1 team in Oklahoma.
All right, and maybe a little redemption, too, for that broken collarbone?
A lot of redemption.
All right, well, very good. Well, congratulations again. Great game. The whole defense played great. And, another victory here. 56-7 was the final. Heritage Hall over the Newcastle Racers. Next week we'll be at Cash, and everyone tune in or come to Heritage Hall and watch that game. And for Mark Harlan, I'm Rick Stevenson, and Charger Pride, everybody.